2, 1, 5.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy to have you joining us again live, just as we did last week from Las Vegas at the MGM for Canelo Plant. Hope everyone's doing well. ¿Cómo estás? Todo bien, I hope. And we're here in Phoenix this week for FightHype Live. We got Jose Benavidez kicking off this Showtime card. For those of you watching at home, sure you just got done watching the Canelo Plant replay. So, Jose Benavidez up. This guy was supposed to be selling this place out for years to come. He was a phenom talent. You know, a lot of you will probably remember him sparring with Manny Pacquiao as a 17-year-old, giving Pacquiao great work. Both Benavidez brothers are blessed with so much talent and so much speed. Jose really could have and should have been a superstar, but he's still young. Hearing nothing but good things about Jose heading into this fight at 154 pounds. And we're here doing the ring introductions now with Jimmy Lennon Jr. So for Francisco Torres, this is a guy with good size and not a whole lot else at 154 pounds. Both guys tall for the division, both about 6 feet tall. But Benavidez so much faster than Torres is when you watch the tape. And he's always had that great talent, just like his younger brother David in the main event tonight. And you can all probably overhear the ring introductions by Lennon. Benavidez crowd tonight is the first time he's been in the ring in 3 years since losing to Terrence Crawford. Earlier this week, Crawford said that was the toughest fight of his career. And I was ringside at that fight in Omaha 3 years ago, and his speed matched Crawford that night. I don't know if you'll ever see too many guys hold their hands at their waist and land their right hand like Benavidez was able to early in that fight with Crawford. It says a lot about his talent. How many fighters do you know will keep their hands at their waist against Bud Crawford and even have some success? But he's been out the ring 3 years. He's never fought at this weight before. Who knows what to really expect from Jose Benavidez round 1, and we are off. Again, should be from the tapes a big speed advantage for Jose Benavidez. He's always had excellent hand speed. But as we all know, that leg, which was shot, and he's getting touched up early. So, one thing Torres should have in this fight as well is he's a natural 154-pounder. Jose fought his first title fight ever at 140 pounds against Mauricio Herrera. And Torres is letting his hands go and off to a good start here in this first round. Benavidez coming forward. Got hit with an uppercut, left uppercut. Combinations for Francisco Torres early. Benavidez attempting to just walk Torres down here early in this first round, but he's eaten some combinations already in the first minute. Good left hook by Benavidez, but he gets caught with the right hand in return. Halfway through the first now, and I'd say Torres is ahead in the round from his early combination punching to get this fight started. Good left hook to the body for Benavidez. Benavidez walking down high guard like his brother will do sometimes. Good left hook to the body for Benavidez again. Early on, he's not showing any respect for Torres' power. Good right hand from Benavidez over the top out of the clinch. Benavidez right on top of Torres, gets him in the corner. Good right hand to the body. Torres comes back with the right hand up top. Good right hand by Torres. Benavidez with a right hand over the top, followed by a left hook to the body. Again, staying on top of Torres. Again, this is Jose's first fight in over 3 years since losing by TKO to Terrence Crawford. First fight at 154 pounds. And he hasn't shown a lot of respect for Torres here in the first 10 seconds. That's it for round one. Interesting first round. Torres able to get off early, use his combinations in the first minute and a half. Caught Jose, but Jose showing no respect for him. Coming in, high guard, like his brother David will do sometimes, like we saw Canelo last week against Plant. And he got in some really good body work. Left hook to the body in the second half of that round. Close first round. Let's ask the great Norm Framheim to my right. Norm, who'd you give that round to? Torres. Norm Framheim to my right. Great writer who's been out here in Arizona for decades. Yeah, he got the second half of the round. He started digging to his body, didn't he? So yeah, Norm. First round to Torres, but Benavidez came on strong in the second half of that first round. Let's see if he carries that into round two now. Let's check this live, see what you guys got for me as we're doing this. So I'll be checking in on you knuckleheads live. See what trash you're talking. Hopefully it's good stuff. All right, round two. Good jab by Benavidez to start. Now Benavidez starts with his hands at his waist like we saw against Crawford. Misses over the top with the right hand doing it. Benavidez with the hands on the waist now in round two. And then picks him back up. Chance of Jose. Jose staying on top of him. Ooh. Right hand down the pipe, misses, but a left hook followed up. Landed for Jose Benavidez. Good shot. Torres with his left hand at his waist. Probes with the jab. Fires the right hand behind it just now. Benavidez catching it on the high guard, staying right on top of him. In the corner now. Left hook to the body for Benavidez. Another left hook to the body for Benavidez. Rest of the shots missed. Good right hand for Benavidez. Benavidez at times got hit with the right hand just now. Leaning straight back at times to get away from shots. But good body shots by Benavidez. Good jab by Benavidez. Some roughhousing in the clinch there. Again, Benavidez just leaning straight back to get away from shots at times. Not the best defense early on, but he doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for Torres. He's staying right on top of him. Torres misses with a right uppercut. Benavidez gets the angle on a left hook to the body. Second round of Benavidez. Good body work in both rounds for Jose Benavidez. Nailing Torres with a left hook to the body. Hands not as blazing fast as they were at 147 and 140 pounds, but this is his first fight in 3 years. But walking Torres down, at times with a high guard, at times putting his hands down, but not a lot of respect for Torres' power, who is a big 154-pounder, but not a puncher, apparently, by any means. Drake and Josh, oh, of course. Gotta get some Ashton Kutcher. Just checking the chat, seeing what you fellas got for me. Why is this fight covered? It's not even a big fight. Well, we gotta cover these fights. This is what leads to the big fights, man. David Benavidez might be the toughest fight in the world for Canelo Alvarez, but he's gotta win tonight and look impressive doing so. And then back in round 3 now with Jose Benavidez. What we're looking to see from Jose tonight is, does he look good enough to you know, make us curious about fighting Jermell Charlo or Brian Castano? Good combination. Most of it blocked by Benavidez, but a left uppercut did get in for Torres. Benavidez is yet to fight off the back foot tonight. He's been coming forward from the bell. And he's eating some shots too, but oh, good 1-2 by Torres. It was interesting to see Benavidez walk Torres down. This is a guy who wasn't a big puncher at 40 or 47. Benavidez staying right on top of, slipping some shots. Good left hook to the body for Benavidez. That's been his shot all night. Right hand to, he must have been watching Canelo last week. Good combination by Benavidez. Stayed on top of Torres, got him to the ropes. Fire to the body like you saw Canelo last week, and then he finally ran the combinations up top. But he is focused on that body. Benavidez right on top, Torres on the ropes. Borderline shot there with the left hook. Good right hand to the body by Benavidez. Benavidez right in front of Torres. Almost a little bit of taunting now. He shakes his head. Catching shots on the gloves. Good left hook to the body again for Benavidez. He's been accurate to the body. Good hook to the body by Benavidez. So a close round. Torres, I gave the round to Benavidez the last 2 based on the body work, but Torres is landing. We can't do anything to keep Jose Benavidez off of him. Larry Fitzgerald in the crowd. Larry Fitzgerald got to be maybe a top 5 receiver ever. Once you get past Rice, it's what? Moss, Owens, Larry Fitzgerald, those kind of guys. Anyways, big right hand for Torres up on the replay monitor. And now back on the replay monitor, right hand up top for Benavidez. But yeah, that's a Jose Benavidez round. I'd score the fight 29-28 Benavidez through. But his work to the body's been the best work in the fight. Someone asked, is Benavidez walking him down? Yep, from the opening round. Similar to what we saw from Alvarez against Plant a week ago. But Torres is landing his right hand. Good work here by Torres. Benavidez not the most defensively responsible tonight. Relying on his talent to get out of the way of his shots rather than really placing the gloves correctly to pick things off at times. And head movement's been minimal at times, but he's been very accurate to the body. Ref give it a warning now to Benavidez. And you hear the crowd. Benavidez switches southpaw here. Threw a left out of the southpaw stance. Almost got countered by a right hand. Good right hand to the body for Francisco Torres. Well, Benavidez staying in the southpaw stance. This is going to give Torres opportunities with his right hand. He almost landed it right there. Benavidez back in the orthodox end. Big right hand for Torres. Doubled up his jab and split the guard with the right hand. Another right hand for Torres. Benavidez not almost careless at times. Right hand to the body for Benavidez. Torres just missed the overhand right. Torres finding the mark with that right hand this round. Right hand for Torres out of the clinch. He's winning this round. Torres is winning in the fourth. Benavidez with a little less steam in him in this fourth round. 1-2 by Torres. And Benavidez misses the right hand to the body this time. Good left hook up top by Benavidez, but it was caught a little bit there. 15 seconds left in the round. So Torres seems to have this round won. Good jab by Torres, just missed with the uppercut. All right, through four, 38-38. We got an even fight. I've scored the first and fourth rounds for Francisco Torres and the second and third for Jose Benavidez. Best consistent work of the fight has been the left hook to the body for Benavidez, but it looked like a little steam came out of him in the fourth round. He hasn't fought in 3 years. He ran out of steam down the stretch in the Crawford fight. 2 rounds to 2 for Jose Benavidez. Again, not the most defensively responsible tonight. Hasn't shown any respect for Torres' power. Nothing yet that makes you say Jermell Charlo better watch out for Jose Benavidez. Let's see what you folks are saying in the chat. So they definitely feeling that ring rust. I feel bad for Benavidez. He's busted a knee. He had so much promise. Yeah, tons of promise. All the talent in the world. And you saw even with a leg shot and inactivity, he still gave Crawford, by Crawford's own admission, his best fight. So the talent's always been real. Good right hand for Benavidez. Ooh, another right hand for Benavidez, but he gets caught with a right hand walking in. Good shots from both guys. Benavidez jumping on Torres in the corner. Shows the hand speed, but not a lot of clean work. Exciting start to the fifth. Both guys landing their right hand to start that round. But as Benavidez constantly coming forward, and in these close rounds, judges tend to favor that guy. Good left uppercut by Benavidez. Good right hand by Benavidez. Right hand to the body for Torres, but not a lot of power on that shot. Not a lot of sophistication on defense for Benavidez tonight. He's either keeping his hands up to catch, or he's extending his body back to get out of it. He hasn't been too worried about what's coming back tonight. Good right hand to the body by Benavidez. One thing that's been good about Jose tonight is his willingness to stick his nose in there and fight. He isn't fighting like a guy who after 3 years has gone soft. Good left hook to the body by Torres. Threw an uppercut to bring the hands up, and he dropped the left hook to the body as Benavidez put his hands up. And he's moving his hands here. Torres, the last minute, been the guy letting his hands go. Close round now. I think Benavidez is still ahead. He had some really strong work to start this round. Right in the phone booth here. Benavidez gets the better of it. Torres moving about in that Philly shell, you could say, from the Fight Night games, I suppose is where we got it from. Fifth goes to Benavidez. He landed some good right hands on Torres in the first minute. Torres able to catch him coming in with his own right hand, but Benavidez with the harder shots, staying on top of his guy. Torres moving his hands in the middle of the fifth, but Benavidez not getting hit clean with any of the shots. And he ran those combinations, which catches the judge's eyes. That led to the two right hands landing here. Let's look at on the monitor. Yeah, right hand for Benavidez with Torres along the ropes. So we got it. He walked into one too. But 48-47 Benavidez through 5 rounds. That is the official FightHype card. Again, nothing jumping out about him that says, okay, Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano, you better watch out. But for being 3 years out of the ring, a solid showing so far for Jose Benavidez. Three years out of the ring, first fight at 54. There's some head movement from Benavidez to start round 6. It's the best head movement he showed all night. Now he's probing with the jab. A little more sophistication to Benavidez to start this 6th round. Let's see if he sets something good up. There he's using his jab. He hasn't used his jab a lot tonight, Benavidez. He's just walking in, digging to the body. And when you just walk in without your jab, sometimes that shows a real lack of respect for the other guy. And I think that's been the case a lot. Benavidez switches southpaw here. He dug a left hand to the body out of that stance a second ago. Benavidez southpaw, staying on top of Torres. He goes back to the orthodox. Again, but that's a talented kid. When you can switch, and you had the speed he had. And good hook to the body by Benavidez. Left hook. Placed it in the pit of the stomach. Torres on the ropes. Left hook, right hand for Benavidez, but he rolled the shot a little bit, Torres did. It was a good round for Jose. Slow round for Torres. Not a lot of offense from him. Looks like after Benavidez took a breather in the 4th that he's come back strong in that 5th round. He's winning the 6th round, about 40 seconds left. Uppercut for Torres, though. Colleagues at ringside feel Jose is getting tired now. Saw that in the 4th, but he came back with a good 5th round. And he hasn't let his hands go down the stretch of this 6th. Good body shots. 2-piece to the body by Benavidez. And 1-2 by Jose. So despite some of my colleagues ringside, knowledgeable colleagues, saying they felt Jose looked a little gassed there in the 6th. I saw that back in the 4th, but he won these last 2 rounds on my card. It's 58-56 Jose Benavidez through 6. Torres touching Jose, but not too much getting in on the button, on the money. Benavidez is able to keep his hands up at times, getting his head knocked around at times by combination, but nothing getting in on the sweet spot, nothing on the money, whereas he is landing his body shots on the money, and every round he manages to get a right hand or two right on the button. Got him up 58-56. I can see this fight 57-57 even. And Torres is moving his hands in spots and maybe outworking Benavidez in the middle of the rounds, but Jose's starting and finishing strong. And he looks like the harder puncher. He's coming out strong here in the 7th. Combinations. Torres slipping most of those shots, but it gets the crowd's attention. Benavidez not giving 2 fucks about Torres' power throughout much of this fight. Hands low, Benavidez. Left hand almost by his knee. Brings him up a little bit. Some boos from the crowd, but it hasn't been a bad fight. Really hasn't. Benavidez changes some of his looks as he comes forward. Sometimes the high guard, sometimes puts the hands at the waist. Sometimes the left goes low, right protects the body. Got wild just now and got caught with a right hand coming in as he attempted to open up with his combinations, throwing shots from his waist. Speed lets him get away with that sometimes, but he got caught there. One-two splits the guard for Torres, but not much on it. Jose getting low, has him in the corner, left hook to the body. Looks like Torres caught that one on the elbow. Right hand to the body for Benavidez. Might have to ask him after the fight, did he watch Canelo last week? Good right hand for Jose. No jab from Benavidez here. You know, it's funny, Torres has been the more consistent fighter in this round, in this 7th round, and yet I feel Benavidez has still got in the better shots. I'm going to score that 7th for Benavidez, but I get the impression that Some judges will give that round to Torres. He was a little more consistent. But when it came to the effective hard punches, it was still Benavidez, I felt. Let's ask some colleagues, shall we? Norm, who'd you score that round for? Who'd he score for?
I'm sure it's Torres, but ask him.
Okay.
I'm sure it was.
Okay. It's ringside. A lot of people are saying Torres, but I still feel like, and you guys could tell me in the chat that are watching at home, that left hook to the... You gave it to Torres? Yeah, I got it. That was a close round.
4, 2, and 1.
For Torres?
What happened to Benavidez's jab?
He hasn't used his jab at all.
He used to have, that was his punch.
So ringside, I got a couple writers. I think we might even have Torres ahead. Big shots by Benavidez to start the 8th, but ooh, big right hand by Torres. Benavidez opening up 5, 6, 7 punch combinations. They didn't land, and Torres nailed him with a right hand coming in, knocked the sweat right off his head. Jose's fortunate that Torres isn't a little bit more of a puncher, not even a big puncher, just with some pop. Because the way he's come in at times with his hands down, no respect, gotten hit coming in with a right hand a few times. If this guy had a little more power, but that's not the kind of guy you put him in with after 3 years, so smart matchmaking. But yeah, no jab tonight from Benavidez, and when he uses it, he's got a good jab. You'll see tonight with his brother. His brother has a great jab. Halfway through the 8th, this fight feels as though it's 67-66 Benavidez. Maybe on my card 68-65 Benavidez. I'm a guy who can tend to favor the harder shots. Good work by Benavidez here. Torres using that shoulder roll. Good up jab by Torres there. Right hand in the phone booth lands for Benavidez. Had a good last 30 seconds. Close round in the 8th. Feel Torres maybe a little ahead. Again, he had that big right hand in the first minute of the round. Left hook for Benavidez. Good left hook by Benavidez. Good finish to the round for Benavidez. Maybe he takes the round. Strong combination with Torres along the ropes to finish the 8th. There's some close rounds here and there. I feel Benavidez is ahead. 77-75 Benavidez. But he got nailed in that first minute with a right hand. No effect. Knocked the sweat right off his head. But here it is again on the replay. Watching the replays now, once again, left hook up top for Benavidez. He finished that round strong. I feel he's ahead in this fight. Maybe people get enamored with the consistent pace Torres throws. Every 10, 15, 20 seconds, he's getting those hands out there, he's working. But again, the harder shots have been landed by Benavidez, in my opinion. round 9. 2 rounds left. I think Torres needs these 2 rounds more than Benavidez does. Good right hand to the body. Benavidez shows the hand speed, finishes up with a straight right hand. Let's see if Torres' legs have slowed down a little bit. Good right hand to the body for Jose. He got countered with a right hand up top, though. Oof. Good right hand down the middle by Torres. Good right hook to the body for Torres. Do the jab up top to freeze Benavidez' hands. Then drop that right hand to the body. Jose not letting his hands go. Staying on top of him. No work. Torres lets his hands go, runs those combinations. Nothing getting in clean, but just moving those hands. Crowd booing now. What? Ooh, strong right hand by Torres. Benavidez threw that left hook low. Got countered right down the pipe. Another right hand from Torres. Good work by Torres. He's definitely winning this night. Good work by Torres. Jab, right hand to the body. It's a good round for Torres. Yeah, Torres wins that night. Close fight after 9. After 9, got this fight either 86-85 Benavidez or I think 86-85 Benavidez sounds about right. Maybe 87-84. This would be a fight where I see some people having Torres up 86-85. Do you like the more consistent work, some of the boxing by Torres? Or do you like Benavidez staying on top of him, pounding the body? But I feel Benavidez is ahead in this fight. It's a close fight. Final round coming up now. What you guys got to score in the chat? Final round. I feel like if Torres wins this round, it's not a good look for Jose. 10th and final round. Again, the official FightHype card is 86-85 Benavidez. Can also be 87-84. Benavidez just got nailed with a right hand. Another right hand for Torres. Knocked the sweat right off his head. Torres coming off a good 9th round, and he's having a good 10th round in the first minute. Jose coming forward with his hands down, got nailed with a right hand. Tried to use that hand speed, coming in with his hands down, throwing his punches from there. He ate a right hand, walked right into it. Yeah, Torres had more power. Benavidez might have got knocked out tonight. Having a bad round. Torres on the way to winning both of the championship rounds in this 10-round fight. Big right hand for Torres. Big right hand. He's landed 3 big right hands in this final round. Benavidez staying right on top of him, but he hasn't made shit happen in this round. See, and for people who may have thought I was incorrect a few rounds ago, still having Benavidez ahead, that would mean, should Torres win this round, that you would have had Torres winning 97-93 if he pulls off this round. See, that's not a good card either. In my card, he may have pulled out a draw winning this round and the last round. 30 seconds left. Jose not doing nothing. Staying on top of him, but down the stretch of this fight, another right hand for Torres. This has been a big round for Torres. Very disappointing finish to this fight for Jose. He's getting the boo birds. And Jose finishes coming forward with that scowl on his face. Hands at his waist. And that's it. That's it after 10. I got this fight on my card, either 95-95 a draw or 96-94 Benavidez. Perhaps there was some close rounds. Not absurd to have had Torres winning. To my eyes, this was either a draw or Benavidez wins this fight 6 rounds to 4. So Torres, the more consistent guy, 3 minutes of each round. But in the first 8 rounds, about 5 out of those 8 rounds, maybe 6, I thought Benavidez's body work was really good, especially early in this fight. He was able to run his combinations, which weren't effective, but he'd find a right hand to land on the button in those 6-7 punch sequences in a number of rounds. But Torres boxed well. I think frustrated Jose a little bit down the stretch of this fight. Looked like he could box another 2 to 3 rounds in his pace, whereas Jose fatigued as early as the 4th, but then fought really well in the 5th and the 6th. So yeah, official Fight Hype card, 95-95 or 96-94 Benavidez. Nothing to scare Brian Castano or scare Jermell Charlo. Big 10th round and 9th round for Torres. We'll see what the judges have it here in Phoenix. But as a grade for Jose Benavidez tonight, if he gets a decision, a C+. And speed's not what it was at 147 and 140 pounds. Wasn't a big puncher at those weights, had pop, so clearly not a big puncher here. Not feather-fisted. Final CompuBox numbers have Torres outlanding Jose 135 to 122. Jose a lot more accurate, threw almost 300 less punches and still almost connected at almost landed the same amount of punches despite throwing 300 less. His CompuBox numbers reflect the fight well. Because again, I think Torres obviously was busier, and through 8 rounds, Benavidez's shots more powerful, but that 9th and 10th round was all Torres. So let's see. Give me your cards in the chat, please. I'm interested to see how everyone scored this. Is that Ashton Kutcher or Drake Bell? I prefer Ashton Kutcher, please. Please. Jose Benavidez, a shot fighter, no pun intended. I wouldn't say shot, but
to 94 in favor of Jose.
96-94 Benavidez.
Judges Dennis O'Connell and Chris Wilson both score the bout.
95-95. So we have a majority draw. I think most people will tell you when you get a draw in another guy's hometown, you won the fight. I think those were good cards. Even the fans boo it. I think when one guy's busier, that catches a lot of people's attentions, but judges are scoring who's getting the effective work. And I actually think the judges had good cards. I scored the fight the same way they did. What's the chat think? Rigged. Stick a fork in Jose. If he had been in there with any type of puncher, he would have been stopped. I think that's fair to say. Jose saying he ran.
Like I said, can't blame me, the judge's decision.
Look, I thought Jose won this fight.
3 years.
Or got a draw. I think the judges got it right.
It says stop and kept running. It's all good.
Sometimes the judges are incompetent or even worse, corrupt. But solid cards tonight, in my opinion.
Next time we stop, we'll feel wrong. Phoenix will translate for us.
Let's see what Torres has to say. Obviously, he's going to feel he got robbed. Anytime you get a draw in another guy's hometown, you're going to 100% feel you won the fight. And the crowd's cheering him. Well, what a good judge. Can't get swayed by this. Can't get swayed by the fact that the guy was a huge underdog. You can't grade him on a curve. Just like some scorecards with Caleb Plant last week. You can't grade a guy on a curve because he's expected to get blown out, and then he doesn't get blown out, so you give him close rounds that maybe he's not really winning. 96-94 Torres. Same story as Jermell Charlo getting the draw in his hometown when he fought Castaño. I thought he may have pulled out a draw, but Castaño did no worse than a draw. It was kind of like the first Canelo-Golovkin fight. I don't think it sits well with people when you can see a draw or a win for another fighter, but they seemingly got every single benefit of the doubt round. I think the judges got it right. The draw sounds good. Thought Torres rallied in those last two rounds to pull the draw out.
I want the rematch. Let's see what my management team says, but I definitely want the rematch. Thank you very much.
For Jose Benavidez going forward, he can't show up like he's Canelo and just think he's going to walk guys down and kill them to the body. His gift was his speed. And he has a good jab. He hardly used it tonight. But, hey, after 3 years, he got the ring rust off, you know? In all likelihood, the guy's going to be a coulda, shoulda been. But it's not even 30 yet. He was fun to watch tonight. He always fights with big balls. How'd you have it? I know you had Torres.
I had Torres fight too. 96-94.
You had 96-94 Torres?
Exactly the same.
I had a draw. Or I actually thought the judges had good cards. I could see 96-94 Benavidez. I had it 95-95 or 96-94 Benavidez, you know. He was landing some hard body shots in the first, you know. It was,
Whatever happened to Jose Benavidez's jab?
Whatever happened to his jab? Yeah, I know.
He had one of the best jabs in the league.
I know. And great speed before. Showtime had it 97-93. The guys ringside had Torres 96-94. So I'm in the minority with the judges ringside. What do you guys think? I'm just on that A side too much. How'd you have it, Jair?
had him winning.
You had Torres winning? Everybody, yeah, everybody ringside has Torres winning tonight. So that should tell you something. I try not to let that alter my perception too much. You got to score the fight the way you saw it, you know? Research gang stalking. Yeah. This ain't really the place. Yeah. Beat up. Canelo's the best in the world. Yeah, that would. He's proven it. He's proven it. But if anybody is going to give him a run for his money, it's this kid in the main event. It's David Benavidez. Even if he shouldn't really be a super middleweight anymore, you know, it's funny. The politics of boxing, they work so that even though he's the #1 guy, he's the mandatory for Beterbiev. It's not as simple for, you know, because of the politics and the networks in boxing that David could just move up and fucking fight Beterbiev. But as it turns out, Marcus Brown is fighting Beterbiev. So if Marcus Brown from the PBC can fight Beterbiev, that means David can too. And, you know, he came in 169 for this fight. That's fine. That was in the contract. But I just think David's a 175-pounder making 168. And if you sit around waiting for Canelo like everyone is, there's no guarantee he picks you next. He may pick Triple G first and then pick Charlo. And then maybe by Mexican Independence Day 2022 you get him. But at that rate, you know, who are you fighting in the meantime? And you keep killing yourself to make this weight. You know, David's really a 75, making 68, I think. And why not just fight Beterbiev, beat him, because I think he beats Beterbiev. It's a good style matchup for him. And at that point, you're the light heavyweight champ, the legit, you know, WBC, IBF, lineal, whatever. And at that point, even if Canelo doesn't venture up to light heavyweight, you're the man of a division now. You got your own career going. You don't have to just sit around and wait for Canelo at a weight class that you're probably not even comfortable at anymore. So I just think if Benavidez' team can go the route of taking on the winner of Brown Beterbiev, I'd really like pursuing that option, because at 68, nobody has anything to offer Canelo anymore. He's cleaned up all the belts. Charlo and Benavidez just simply offer appetizing fights, but they don't, in terms of legacy, you know, in terms of titles, actually offer anything. So I think that at some point, Canelo's going to want the WBC at light heavyweight, because De La Hoya, Leonard, Floyd, they won the BC in all their divisions. You know, it's that glamour belt. And so even though Canelo's a 4-division champ, it was the WBO title against Kovalev. And I think when it's all said and done, he's going to want the WBC title at 175. So if David could beat Arthur Beterbiev, he cuts Canelo off. He gets to that title before Canelo can. And then he could fight him at a division. There's no rush. You could defend your titles. You can be comfortable at 75, and Canelo will take the fight when he will. So that's how I look at these things. What do you guys think in the chat, man? Benavidez versus Canelo. Should he wait around at 168, where he probably will get a fight at some point? Or should he say, fuck that, go to 75, become the man, knock off the champ, and let the fight happen there whenever it's meant to? What do you guys think? Because I think this kid, Benavidez, this is the reason why I drove down to Phoenix from Vegas, and I'll be heading back home right after this fight, is to see Benavidez. We saw Canelo ringside in Vegas. I want to get a look at Benavidez right here and assess it objectively and see, does this kid have a chance of really beating Canelo, or is he just the best of the guys who are going to get knocked off? Let's see. Benavidez will not be able to with Cinnamon. He has very bad defense and likes Moringa. I don't know what Moringa is, but the defense part, yeah, he gets hit too much. He'd have to tighten things up against Canelo. But but he has the upside on defense because he has reflexes. You can't teach reflexes. David does have reflexes. And at times it looks like he's taking shots that he doesn't have to take. So, and then offensively, he's just a dynamic wonder. The guy's got a great jab, throws sometimes 70 punches around with punching power in both hands, with great hand speed. And that jab is so important that he has. It's so important. It's such a heavy thudding jab, and it's busy, and it's educated. Canelo's carrying 2 nukes, 2 bombs in his hands. And David's the only guy at 68. And maybe Charlo to a degree if he moved up and kept his power. But David's the only guy that can meet Canelo in the center of the ring with a couple of nukes of his own. So while you talk about defensively in that fight, again, he has some upside still defensively. He's still growing, I think, a little bit. He has good reflexes. But offensively, he got something for Canelo. Enough to win, I don't know about that, but he got something for him. And that's why I think that's the best fight maybe to be made in boxing. Well, let's see how he looks against Kyrone Davis first. David's body is wide open for Canelo to punch. Yeah. Now, when you break down tape, that is the biggest problem for David. And that abdomen is getting skinny and more vulnerable as he continues to kill himself to make 168. I don't think Canelo's not paying attention to that. Yeah. So Canelo getting underneath David and getting to the body, huge problem for David. Huge. And Canelo's got the head movement and going forward to do it. But when there's a thudding, busy jab that almost feels like a right hand constantly in your face, and it's busy, 25, 30 jabs around, and it's heavy and it hurts, that's something different for Canelo. That's something Canelo hasn't had to go up against since Golovkin. And those were almost 12-12 after 24 rounds. David's bigger than Golovkin. He's faster than Golovkin, but has probably about the same exact power on that thudding jab. So, okay, does he have the chin like Golovkin? Does he have the punch resistance like Golovkin? Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the featured attraction.
All right. Checking the chat. And it is David time.
Here is the contender from Wilmington, Delaware, introducing Kyrone. Shut it down, David.
People still saying I'd like to see Benavidez Plant. We really should have got that fight before Plant got to fight Canelo. Those two should have fought each other to actually earn the right to fight Canelo, but that's not how the business works. Plant got his shot first. David will get his eventually, probably. As for who would have won Plant Benavidez, I think Benavidez could have stopped Plant late in that fight. I think Plant would have got off to a good start, make David pay for some of those vulnerabilities on defense, like some of you guys mentioned earlier. But I don't think it would have been enough to keep David off. And like we saw with Canelo, I think in the second half of that fight, David could have stopped Caleb if that fight would have happened. But maybe they still fight at some point. We'll see. Checking the chat. So, you gotta wonder, man. Here comes Kyrone Davis to the ring now. When you're on top, when Sugar Ray Leonard had to take on his toughest challenge in Hagler, he waited him out a little bit. He looked at that Mugabe fight. He didn't fight the Marvin Hagler that fought Tommy Hearns in 1985. He fought Hagler nearing retirement. Mayweather was always smart, as we know. And about timing, fighting his toughest opposition. And you got to wonder with Canelo as he watches Benavidez tonight, because he's watching. if he sees him struggling to make weight, does he feast on him? Does he go after him sooner than later to get him at 68 before David makes the move up to 75, where he's going to be more comfortable and stronger? So, I wonder what Canelo Alvarez will be thinking as he watches tonight, because that's the most important man with his eyes on the screen. You know, what's a champion like Canelo think? Does the better the opponent look, the more it entices him, or does it make him be intelligent about when and where to fight him? The big thing we got to watch out for David is a letdown. There's all this pressure, all this talk, all this consensus building from trainers, from fighters, that this is the kid. This is the kid who is the toughest fight for Canelo. Does he fumble the ball here? Does he not get Davis out of there? Does he get hit with some shots he's not supposed to in our minds? We'll see. But what David needs tonight is to be downright impressive, to keep that momentum going, that consensus going, that this is the boogeyman at 68. This is the toughest guy out there for Canelo. So here he comes, masked up, wearing an Ecuadorian and a Mexican flag. For those of you that don't know, David is half Ecuadorian on his mother's side. And that's been tough for David. You know, he's not from Mexico. He's Chicano, but he's not full-blooded Mexican. Not a, you know, not an ugly kid, but not a GQ guy like De La Hoya or Canelo. Not full-blooded Mexican from Mexico like Chavez and Barrera and Morales. So when you watch this kid fight and how spectacular and exciting he is, you get the sense he should be a little bigger than he is right now. But for the reasons I just listed, it hasn't popped off for him the way you'd hope. Youngest super middleweight champion of all time. And looking up at the stats now, average power punches per round, he averages the most thrown and the most landed power punches per round and the highest connect percentage per round of the super middleweight division. That's over Canelo, that's over Plant, that's over Jacobs, that's over Anthony Durrell, who he knocked out to become two-time super middleweight champ. But of course, he got stripped of the belt, and coincidentally, really, the minute David got stripped is when Canelo uttered the word undisputed at super middleweight. That tells you how formidable Benavidez looks on tape, looks to the eye test. David's not a real Mexican. Well, he's Mexican. Half Mexican. How tall is David? David's listed as 6'1", but that motherfucker looks like he's 6'3" or 6'2". When you actually meet him and stand up to him, he is a big dude, man. It's a big dude. David again. Looks 6'2" or 6'3" to me. Come on, David sparred world-class champions at the age of 15. That's right. Toe-to-toe. Toe-to-toe with Kelly Pavlik and Gennady Golovkin as a teenager. You know, the moment I knew David was probably going to be special, he was 19 years old, fighting at the StubHub in Carson, California, out there in LA. And the main event, I believe, was Andre Berto and Victor Ortiz's rematch when Berto knocked out Ortiz. And on the undercard, He was 19 fighting Thomas Top Dog Williams. And Thomas Williams was pretty fresh off giving Adonis Stevenson a good competitive fight. And Stevenson was the lineal and legit light heavyweight champion of the world at the time. So I'm watching the fight with my father, God bless his soul, no longer with us. And I see this 19-year-old. His record was 17-0, something like that. And I see they're putting him in against Thomas Top Dog Williams. I tell my dad, this kid's only 19. This kid's only 19. This kid's only 19. And they're putting him in there with Top Dog Williams. Knocked him out in 2 rounds. I believe it took Adonis 7 rounds when he was the light heavyweight champ. And I said, God damn, if this kid could take out a world title challenger level guy at 19 in 2 rounds, this kid is special. Sure enough, he got dropped by Ronald Gavril, but he won that fight, and at 20 became the youngest super middleweight champ of all time. And he's had his hiccups, the cocaine test, getting stripped on the scales. But from that moment, 5 years ago, I thought this kid would be special. And that's why I'm here. That's why we're here live with FightHype, watching him, because everyone seems to think, myself included, that this young man is the guy to give Canelo his toughest fight out there. It looks like a crowd of about 5,000, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 in here. Let's see what you're saying in the chat. David Benavidez beats Charlo. I agree. Great fight, sexy fight though. And like we were talking about with Plant and Benavidez, how those two should have fought each other to earn a shot at Canelo. Similar situation there. I think we'd love to see Canelo fight Charlo and Benavidez, but maybe it's actually better if they fight each other and build up to that fight. R.I.P. to your pops. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Dude knew some boxing. Here we go. Round 1 getting started. Little camaraderie ringside. All right. Round 1 and we're off. Expect that busy jab from Benavidez. Davis up on his toes. Davis circling to his left. Up on his toes. Very bouncy, almost a little jittery, Kyrone Davis. Crowd chanting David, 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 but if you're Kyrone Davis, just pretend they're chanting Davis, Davis, Davis. Moving to his left is Davis. Moving to his left. Moving to his left. Bouncing. Bouncing up on the toes. Tries to check Benavidez with a left hook as Benavidez reached down with a right hand to the body. David walking forward. Following Davis. Throws a right hand over the top. Davis moving to his left, been moving one direction the whole way, like the boy band. Such a terrible band. Don't even play instruments, so I don't know if we can call him a band. Davis continuing to his left. Benavidez walking forward, yet to cut the ring off. And he's shot a few right hands that have touched the guard of Davis, but David's hand's heavy, so it moves him even when he catches it on the glove. Fight breaking out in the crowd.
fight.
Yeah. Fight breaking out in the crowd. We're going to stick to the one in the ring. David plodding forward, not cutting the ring off. But he's gotten his hands to go a few times here. Nothing landing yet, but pins Davis on the ropes, gets a little 1-2-3 going. Good right hand to the body by Benavidez. Threw it at range too. Tough to do. Davis turns. Benavidez gets him on the ropes, but not able to big pay. Okay, very jittery round for Kyrone Davis. Moved exclusively to his left, bouncing up and down. No offense yet. Just missed with the check hook when David reached to the body, but a good right hand to the body for David. About a minute left in the round. Threw it from long range too. Needs speed to do that. He got it in. But David following Kyrone Davis, not cutting the ring off, just plodding forward, not finding the range with his jab yet. I said expect the busy jab from Benavidez, but it wasn't there in round one. 10-9 Benavidez, though, without question. Davis, 0 done offensively. You check the chat, you fellas. I thought Canelo was Dominican. Yeah, not so much. All right, so we're into round 2. Bell about to ring. 10-9 Benavidez through 1 round. If you're Benavidez, you do not want to get lulled into a workman-like performance. That is not what people are here for. Benavidez puts his hands up, goes the right over the top. And even when it's not landing for David, if it lands here on the glove, it moves the other guy physically. And you guys that know boxing know what I'm talking about. I'd like to see Benavidez get that jab. But Davis may be looking to counter that jab. David now drops the left. Ooh, good hand speed. Good 3-punch combination from David. Benavidez changing his looks a little bit, looking for that right hand over the top as Davis is waiting on the jab. Solid defense from Benavidez coming forward. David doing a good job making Davis expend his energy and move more than is constructive for him, but not cutting the ring off. Good jab by Benavidez. Good hook to the body by David. Gets his hands back up to catch. Davis looking to counter David. Trying to be either too far away or too close. Hook to the body for Benavidez. Good hook to the body. Ooh, great hand speed by Benavidez. Finishing up with his left hook. Davis gets him back. David back on the ropes now. Good, this is a very solid high guard by David so far. Good hook to the body by David. Right hand up top. 6-7 punch combination by Benavidez. Finishing up with the left hook. Good round for Benavidez. 2018 Benavidez. not cutting the ring off, but doing a good job of still getting close at times and making Davis expend a lot of energy. It isn't sophisticated movement from Davis, and he's yet to make David pay with any counters or anything like that. It's a lot of movement. David getting him to the ropes at times. Had 2 or 3 sequences where he flashed that awesome hand speed. And able to finish up with that left hook a couple times. So 2018 Benavidez. A little bit of the highlight reel stuff crept out towards the end of the round, but yet to look spectacular just yet. I think got a little closer towards the end of the second. Let's see if he can really start to get things going in the third. Someone said this is not good prep for Canelo. No, it's not. David should be in with a better fighter tonight. And in a 10-rounder, too. I mean, come on. But all right, round 3, 20-18 Benavidez through 2. Davis trying to pump his jab now. Benavidez keeping his hands up, catching it. Benavidez with his own jab now. Right hand with Davis along the ropes. Davis tries to come back with his own right hand, but a good defense by Benavidez so far tonight. Good left uppercut by David. David getting close now. Good left hook for David. Lead left hook. Power shot starting to come through for Benavidez. They trade jabs. Left hook to the body by Benavidez. Right hand to the body by Davis. Right hand to the body for David. Good right hand to the body for Davis just now. Good left hook for Davis. Benavidez caught it, but it got his attention. Good jab there. Right hand for David. Left hook to the body for David. Left uppercut for David. Davis just shoves him off in response. Not able to return a punch, though. Good right hand by Benavidez. Unlike his brother, David's being defensively responsible so far tonight. He's being patient. He's being patient. Slowly but surely, he's finding the mark more. Davis on the ropes. Punishment from Benavidez. Fast hands. He can run off 6-punch combinations quickly. He's murder with you on the ropes. You got to keep David in the center of the ring here. 30-27, Benavidez. As expected. So 3 through 3, 30-27 Benavidez. His best work is coming with Davis along the ropes. David's a killer along the ropes. Would like to see him a little busier in the center of the ring. Jab hasn't been there the way we're used to seeing from David, but he has had some phenomenal hand speed and spurts. Some really good combination punching. He's fighting a guy so far that's fighting to survive. It was apparent from the first round, Davis almost jittery, jumping up and down on the balls of his feet. Had a lot of respect for David's power, the opposite of how Jose fought Torres. So many talk of race in the chat. Jesus. Can you talk boxing just a little bit? Just a tiny bit? All right, round 4. David Benavidez up 30-27 on the official FightHype card. And has had flashes of that spectacular hand speed, but yet to put on the show he really came here to do. Good work by Davis. His best work early in the 4th so far. Got in some good work to the body, but David's been defensively responsible so far in this fight. Those hands have stayed up and caught a lot of shots. And I see a little bit more patient David Benavidez tonight. David with a sharp jab to the body, but he got countered by a right hand for getting it in. Davis is throwing his shots with more conviction here in the 4th. Good left hook to the body by David. Nice sequence for David. Right hand to the body, and he slipped the hook coming over the top. Interested to see what you guys in the chat think of David's defense tonight. Good hook to the body by David. Just missed with the hook up top. Borderline shot by Davis. Good left hook to the body by David. Good jab by David. Good right hand down the pipe by David. Oh, great combination by Benavidez. Davis on the ropes. 15 punches or so unanswered. Make it 20. Man, can he run them off. Good left hook by Davis. Davis showing some toughness there. Stayed in range. Threw a left hook. David telling him, come on. Good combination by Davis, but David catching. Good action here in the 4th. By far, best round of the fight. Benavidez has real hand speed. The right hand to the body by Davis, but he paid for doing it. Crowd's alive. Ooh. Left hand up top for David. Right uppercut. Combination. Davis looks like might go down. Right hand up top. Davis showing heart. Left hook for David. Davis taking a number of shots there. Left hook to the body by David. I'm calling him as he throws them. Right hand by David. Davis tries to return fire. Good heart by Kyrone Davis here. Some sturdiness. Davis going back to his corner. Weary. Took some punishment in that last minute. The heavy artillery showed up for Benavidez. And he was patient to set this up tonight. Would have liked that jab from the bell, but outside of that, he was patient and is letting this come to him. And each round, he's getting more dominant than the last. 40-36 Benavidez. But real durability, chin, and some heart showed by Davis that round. He took some bombs, some combinations. Yeah, it was a sequence midway through the round where Benavidez landed about 20 unanswered shots, but I'm okay, right? You're not. I'm not being too loud, right? Yeah. You don't want to get your ass whooped ringside, right? Ruining the fight for everybody besides you. So we got to ask. All right, round 5. 40-36 Benavidez, and he's turning up the heat now. Left hook for Benavidez. Right hand for Benavidez. Right hand to the body for Benavidez. Oh, big left hook for Benavidez. Good chin by Kyrone Davis. Oh, left hook again for Benavidez. Left hook to the body. Right hand to the body. Left hook to the head. Right hand to the head. Right hand up top for Benavidez. All landing. Oh, beautiful pivot and a left hand by Benavidez. Oh, touch. Hard left hook to the body. Now, those are the sequences we came to see here in the 5th. This is what we came to see. Yep, David has officially brought out the heavy clip now. Oh, left hook to the body. He pivots, throws a right hand, throws a left hook. Pivot and a left hook to the body after a beautiful pivot to his right for David Benavidez. Oof. I'm not too sure what Kyrone Davis can do. Oh, big right uppercut for Benavidez. What a chin by Kyrone Davis these last 2 rounds. Sheesh. He is tough. He is tough. He is tough. Kyrone Davis is not no punk. Big left hook for Benavidez. He is eating the heavy leather. I'll tell you what, there's no one else that can match firepower with Canelo like Benavidez can. The skill is still in Canelo's favor, obviously. But this kid's a beast, man. This kid's a beast. He's catching some shots on the gloves. Good defense tonight. Good left hook by Davis, though. Just as I say that, Davis capped off 3 or 4 punches with a left hook, and then Benavidez says, come on, nails him with a right hand twice. Left hook for Benavidez. Left hook to the body. Davis tries to counter back with his left hook up top. Exciting 5th round. David southpaw now. Good combination by Davis when David turned southpaw. It didn't catch as well. Good body work by Davis. David says, come on, come on. Body work by Davis, all borderline. David taps his stomach to say, come on, come on. Big round for Benavidez. Great heart and durability by Kyrone Davis these last 2 rounds, but 50-45, all Benavidez. What are you guys saying in the chat? Canelo, Canelo, Canelo. Now, up on the, here's Phoenix with his, yeah, David turned southpaw and landed a hard left hand there. He started to hit his pivots there. Like you'll see Lomachenko and guys like Sean Porter do. They'll do those pivots, man. Dip to the right, set up the left hook. Shit like that. Good stuff. All right, round 6 on the FightHype card. It's been an easy fight to score, 50-45, David Benavidez. These last 2 rounds, he's really started to unveil the stuff that gets people excited about a fight with Canelo Alvarez. And for much of this fight, he's been more defensively responsible. Still would like to see him move his head a little more. He's got great reflexes. I'd like to see him use them a little bit more. Davis on the ropes. Oh, huge combination by Benavidez. Oh, I'm talking 8 punches. Right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook. Davis says bring it on and comes right back with his own combination, but David's catching his shots. Meanwhile, he's landing on Kyrone Davis when he opens up with those combinations. The interesting thing about David is he can really punch, but these guys stand up to 5 or 6 shots at a time, which tells you maybe he doesn't punch quite as hard as the naked eye sees. David with Davis on the ropes, hard left hook to the body out of the southpaw stance. Oh, right hand to the body, left uppercut up top. How the fuck is Davis taking these shots? That boy's strong. Hats off to Kyrone Davis tonight. But these 4th, 5th, and 6th, David is putting on the highlight reel stuff now. David southpaw, staying right on top of him, southpaw. Left hand out of the southpaw stance for David. Another left hand, a right hook. Right hook to the body out of the southpaw, all coming out of the southpaw stance for David Benavidez. He switches back to orthodox, left hook to the body, switches back to southpaw. He is switching on every other shot. Good left hook by Benavidez, right hand by Benavidez. I don't see how Davis can take another 3 or 4 rounds of this. As tough as he is, not getting out of the way of anything. Oh, left hook for David. Right hand for David. So accurate at this point with that power. He faked the left hook to the body, nailed it up top. Great round for Benavidez offensively. This kid offensively is something. Oh, beautiful. Right hook to the body. Left uppercut, right hook to the body. Left uppercut, right uppercut, left uppercut. Combinations, right uppercut, and a slip to end the 6th round for Phoenix's own David Benavidez. He tells the crowd, come on, let me hear some more. And these last 3 rounds, 4, 5, and 6, he's putting on a show. Showing the kind of offensive dynamism, is that a word? Showing the dynamic offense that makes him the most exciting fight for Canelo Alvarez out there. Now, he's catching shots on the gloves, but defensively against Canelo, this ain't gonna quite do it, you know, but that offense, boy, the hand speed is real with power. Hey, Ashton Kutcher, what round? Lobster Boy, we are into the 7th. It is 60-54, all David Benavidez. Kyrone Davis showing a great chin and a great heart. Uh-oh, he's hurt to start the 7th. Left hook to the body, hurt him. And Benavidez followed over the right hand over the top. Right uppercut by Benavidez. I just don't see how Davis can hold up to this much longer, as tough as he's been. And I don't think the ref should let him hold up to this too much longer. No way he's coming back and winning this fight. Benavidez, hand speed, right uppercut, combinations. This is fun to watch. Davis comes back with a combination and good catching by David. David is fighting a lot. Southpaw, right hook to the body out of the southpaw stance. And the towel comes flying way over the towel, and that is it. The towel is thrown in. It's a TKO 7 for David Benavidez. Great heart by Kyrone Davis tonight. Great heart. But this was the David Benavidez show. Early on, Kyrone Davis using a lot of movement, moving to his left, bouncing up and down, fighting very cautious early, and David got off to a so-so start, but by the end of round 3 and into 4, 5, 6, and into the stoppage in 7, spectacular offense from David Benavidez and defensive responsibility tonight. Defense will have to get better, continue to work on his skills. We didn't see the jab tonight, but my God, that offense, those combinations, if you don't want to see that in the ring at some point with Canelo Alvarez, you must not really love boxing or not love great fights. That last 12 minutes or so was definitely worth the drive down from Las Vegas. What are you guys saying in the chat? And I'm telling you, that fucking towel came flying 20 feet away. Hear the crowd. Benavidez now up on the top rope. Let's record some of this. We're recording this so you guys can watch it on FightHype later. Part of the job too, folks. And don't go anywhere. Seriously, we are going to be live at the post-fight press conference where you can hear from David Benavidez. You guys start telling me some of the stuff you want to hear David answer. Let's see, chat. Gotta make Benavidez Canelo happen. What do you guys think of the commentary tonight? Let me hear some honest opinions, because we do got a little time to kill here ringside until the post-fight begins. Let's take a look at the stoppage again. Straight left to the body, right hook to the body, left hand to the body, right uppercut from Benavidez, sweeps the left hand out of the southpaw stance, and the towel comes. He was nasty as a southpaw tonight. He was nasty. These Benavidez boys got a lot of talent. I mean, even his older brother today, who didn't look too good and only got a draw, he switched at times in that fight. You know, 3 years off a fight, and he was walking a guy down with his hands at his waist, who's been at 154 his whole career. You know, these two have a lot of talent. You just want to see David get the most out of it, because unfortunately Jose wasn't able to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time.
Here comes David coming over to Kyrone. Lots of respect. Big hug from both guys. I already know David has a shitload of respect for Davis after the heart he showed in this fight.
We have technical knockout. He is still undefeated.
But yeah, towards the end of that third, into 4, 5, 6, and 7, that was where the highlight reel stuff came out. And it's a boxing fan's dream to think of what those exchanges would look like. I think watching the tape, you do think Canelo's head movement, when he gets in range and slips and goes to the body, that's going to be murder for Benavidez. But there's so many landmines for Canelo to navigate to get in close. I got to see that. But
that was a great performance on my end, and a lot of courage by Kyrone too, man. I respect him a lot.
David says a lot of courage shown by Kyrone Davis. David's such a beast, he ain't take his mouthpiece out yet. That man ready to keep fighting. Very tough guy, like Jim Gray just said.
It was tough, but the thing about me, I have so much condition, bro, that I'm going to keep going until...
David said he has so much condition. He does throw a lot of punches per round. He's a big guy.
I'm going to be ready to get you every single round. Did he ever counter you and hurt you in this fight? No. He never hurt me. No,
Jim Gray asking, ever hurt you? No, David said no.
And that's been a tremendous source of frustration. And now you put on this performance. Where do you think you are and what do you have to do? I mean, I think it's easy question. I think everybody wants to see you against Canelo, right?
Don't get me wrong, I want to see that fight more than any other fight in boxing. But to get greedy about it, I love the idea of David becoming light heavyweight champion, fighting the Brown Beterbiev winner, and then Canelo coming up. Maybe let Canelo have that trilogy with Golovkin, fight Jamal Charlo for Cinco de Mayo, and then David at 75. But, what did you say?
He said Charlo doesn't want to get a ring with him. He's a pussy.
So David says Charlo doesn't want to get in the ring with him. A fair opinion.
Definitely top 3. Our top 2, I'm the number 2 contender. I feel like, but where do you think you should improve? Where do you think you can get better? You can improve in every area.
Yeah, David's saying he can improve in every area, and I think he still does to really pull it off against Canelo. Canelo's skill set is still superior, but this kid's bigger than Canelo, and the hand speed is dead even, or David's a little faster. And then the way Canelo's punching like fucking Foreman right now at 68, maybe he doesn't punch for punch as hard as Canelo, but no one's as close. my grade for Benavidez tonight, A-. The minus because the jab wasn't what it normally is. And he can still learn to cut the ring off a little bit. Still put to use those great reflexes rather than just catching shots. But he caught shots well tonight.
How do you feel, first of all? I feel okay. I'm a little disappointed. I wish I could have pulled out the victory. I don't like losing, you know what I mean? And it was a hard fight.
Reading the chat.
I said, fuck it, let's show that, right?
Love the commentary. Can we get one for Porter Crawford? Absolutely. Absolutely. Call it down the middle. My scorecards might not always look like the rest of Twitter, but I'm going to call it like I see it, baby.
We're coming in giving the fans a great show out of Phoenix. I love Phoenix, man.
Kyrone Davis getting his deserved respect from this hometown crowd of Benavidez. Happy to hear that. The guy came in and fought his heart out.
Kept coming back. What's that like to be on the receiving end, but still be out there having all this fight?
Yeah, really. How'd you hold up to it, buddy?
Man, I'm living my dream. You know what I mean? I love coming out here and giving a great show to I was fighting for my blood. I was raised like this. You know what I mean? So when he called me and told me, hey, let's fight this.
Shout out to Kyrone Davis. Maybe next time you're in a big fight and won't come against a goddamn giant who should be a light heavyweight anyways, with blazing hand speed and power. Maybe next time he could get a guy. It's not such a monster. All right, let's connect some things so that I can be live with you folks for the post-fight. I got to connect a few things here. You guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed this live. Something us here at FightHype been working on.
From day one, is my guy.
So.
I'm upset. But not at him. If he wanted to start, to fight, to protect me, I understand this is like my, this is what my life, like my second time, you know what I mean?
Don't mind me, my FightHype brethren. I gotta hook some shit up so you guys can see this post-fight. Rewind if you want some good analysis on how David looked tonight. Won every round, showed great hand speed, power, one of the best offensive skill sets in boxing. I gotta see how that lines up with the pound-for-pound champ. Not necessarily right away, but soon. I wouldn't mind David getting a little momentum of his own.
My commentary wasn't too loud, was it? I was trying to listen to it, but I couldn't hear it. Yeah, good. Just want it loud enough that they can hear it, but I'm not ruining the fight for anybody else. I'm still live right now, see? Yep. That's it. Is this mine or yours? No, just waiting for the post fight. Oh.
I gotta see.
I've been banging that drum for like.
Every time I see him.
It's the only guy who's got a nuke for his knee. It's the only guy. Yeah, it's the only guy who can say, all right, fuck it, let's stand here and fight. Fuck it. I got someone's getting knocked out. Maybe you, maybe. Yeah.
Got a hell of a war in Anaheim right now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Who's winning?
Actually, well, Virginia's probably winning, but
okay.
I don't give it a battle.
Okay. I think we're good to go. All right.
Oh, I was going to say, let's get out of here.
Yeah, he left so quickly. I was talking to the girl who was helping him. You want to go?
Yeah, to
okay, I'm going to go with you just so they don't stop.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you so much for your help, guys.
Yep.
There's just a bunch of chairs parked everybody. Have a good night. Be safe.
And the kids following us. I know. She's right here.
Oh.
Right there in the blind.
Are you?
You got it?
Yes. Yes, thank you, Crystal. Yes.
Yes, okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course, good timing. I was like, I have it.
I have to do it.
Oh, good.
Got the video though. What's up, guys? We're headed to the post fight.
Just my point. Body time. There he is.
Follow me. There's the right guy.
They are good. They don't have their red credentials.
Way to fight, huh?
And Luis Gonzalez and Josh Rojas are special guest of ours.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you get your jacket?
That's right. There's no more about I'll play long.
Just like Jerry did.
Yeah, I would have liked to got Albert.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Maybe we could.
Yeah, maybe we can go back here.
Yeah.
Jerry, right as he is.
That's the first number.
I wanted to.
It's not next.
Huh?
It's not next.
No, I won't be. Way too young right now.
I mean, maybe he could pull it off now, but I don't think it's, like you said, if you really want to give the kid his best chance, I just feel like move to 75, man. Canelo's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Go get your own career hot instead of waiting on, do you know what I mean? Go do your own thing, bro.
Oh, thank you.
¿Cómo estás, Ray?
What's up, brother? I got a Christmas Day in Jersey.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
What's up, Ray?
What's up, brother? Sean,
Good to see you, man.
Who do we got, Martin?
Real quick.
I wonder if we could, you know what I'm saying? Leave this here and go get Al real quick.
Yeah. Let me ask Martini, how long is it going to take to get?
We got David and we got Jose too. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the locker room now. Right. So I wanted to get the media here first.
We're gonna ask Martin.
Anybody have any update on the result?
Apparently it's war.
Who's doing well?
I'm looking at it's probably one of the five. I think it's like 5-2 probably.
It's looking
I was
like
supposed to have to watch what's going on while we're
it's kind of looking like
Just so you know, we have two
It's kind of looking like they just gonna
Luis Gonzalez and Josh Rojas. World Series hero, Kyrone Davis and Diamond.
cool me.
Josh Rojas.
Josh Rojas.
Yeah.
Where's it? I know, World Series, but what about Josh Rojas?
Josh Rojas and Diamond.
Second.
Absolutely amazing. He's kind of a
Okay, gotcha. Cool, man.
I'll be right back.
Hey Ray,
What's up,
mind if I
brother?
ask you something real quick?
Of course, yeah.
It looks like the consensus is building for David as the toughest guy out there for Canelo. You see it that way?
I've been saying that since last weekend before we saw this fucking fight, man. And I hate to curse that way, but it's like, it's the truth. I've been saying that since last week. Look, my whole thing is this. 2 Mexican warriors on Cinco de Mayo weekend. David never lost the belt in the ring. He's undefeated. 5 straight wins by stoppage. He's offensive-minded. This guy's not going to back down from anybody. And he just finds a way to systematically break you down. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he's still here at 68. Give me Canelo, give me David Benavidez, give me Cinco de Mayo, give me Las Vegas, and get a crazy crowd. I mean, that fight is going to be one of the most savage affairs that we will ever see because they both are 2 elite, top-tier super middleweights. No disrespect to anybody else. I like Jamal Charlo a lot. I think he's super talented. But you're fighting a guy at 168. I want to see Jamal Charlo fight Anthony Durrell in his first fight. I don't think that Charlo should jump up to 68 and fight Canelo right away because I think Canelo, big, strong, powerful, he might be too big physically for him. I'm not saying that's the case, but one fight for Charlo, and then we see the winner of Charlo and Durrell fight the winner of Canelo and Benavidez. But that fight, Sean, I'm telling you, is going to be so damn good that we're going to want to see a second fight. And I'm even being that bold on my prediction, and you could take that to the bank.
Do you think it happens in May in part because Canelo's like, I got to get this kid while he's still fresh and growing. I don't want to get him 3-4 fights from now.
Look, the one thing that, you know, in terms of Canelo has now approached Floyd level, Pacquiao level in terms of who he can select. It all depends on what Canelo wants, because what Canelo wants, he deserves to get. What I want, what the boxing public wants, Canelo and David Benavidez. But that fight is a physically taxing fight on both men. So here's why I think that we might see Charlo in May potentially. This is me just speculating, because Canelo did fight 4 times in a year. He's going to take some time off. Do you really think he wants to gear up for a physically taxing affair like David Benavidez and crank up training camp mid-February to March? I don't know. But for a boxing fan standpoint, Cinco de Mayo, oh my gosh. I'm getting giddy just thinking about it. If that fight is announced sometime early next year, that's a late holiday gift for all of us.
For sure.
So I think that's
Mexican
an
Independence Day works too.
Yeah, but I'm greedy, man. And you know what? I've always been, since I was a little kid, I've always been impatient. And I'm impatient now. Give me Canelo and David Benavidez. You saw the offensive output that David was able to do. He is so crafty offensively, throwing uppercuts, switching stances, moving his head, going to the body, then coming upstairs to the head, then throwing the right hand down the middle. Can you imagine Canelo trying to duck and dodge and slip those punches, and then Canelo throwing the Titanic shots that he has? Oh my gosh. I mean, that is a modern day classic.
I got to see those exchanges.
I mean, it's something that we need to see, and it's something that there is no dollar amount, ringside wise. I'm going to tell you this. When Canelo and David Benavidez happens, if you happen to be sitting in the front row or the first couple rows, don't wear white, because that's going to be a violent affair. And you're going to get some DNA on you, and I mean that literally. So that's a fight that the world is going to be craving for, and I think that it's going to be, that's a monster fight between 2 monsters and 2 of the best at 168. I'm telling you, that's an all-time classic.
And lastly, Ray, we will cut if you got to go do your thing up top.
Good.
But what would you think if he moved up to 75 and fought the winner of Marcus Brown and Beterbiev, David?
David? I think David wants Canelo. It's like if Canelo goes up to 75, guess what? David's going to go up to 75. And I even think that if Canelo were to fight Jermall Charlo in May, I think David stays at 168, one more fight to wait for Canelo.
Yeah.
I just think that the fact that David made the weight, and here's another thing too, this was not an eliminator fight. So we were here in Arizona. I saw some chatter online and stuff like that, people uninformed. You were given a pound allowance because Uzcategui tested positive. So the fight was not an eliminator fight. He went from 12 to 10.
Right.
So you're given a pound allowance here in Arizona. So Benavidez made the weight no problem at 169 because of what the state was able to give him. I think Canelo and David Benavidez at 75, it's a great fight. But at 68, it's an all-time great fight. That fight needs to happen in the super middleweight division. For all 4 belts on the line, are you kidding me? Orale, man. Come on, Cinco de Mayo. Let's go.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Sean.
Looking forward to you doing
Appreciate
your thing.
it, man. Thanks, you, brother. We need to see that fight, bro. That fight's going to be...
Morales Pereira at 68.
I will actually prefer.
I wanted to, man, give me Canelo and Benavidez first, bro. I
think he's way too young.
Let's go. Yep.
Right now. Benavidez being 24, I think he probably needs a little bit.
You think so?
Maybe another year less.
I don't think so.
I want Charlo, bro.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I just feel like that Charlo
7-5 with knockdowns.
that you can have in your
Charlo won't fight him.
Oh, yeah.
He won't fight him. What?
Right. Yeah,
12 knockdowns.
12 knockdowns.
Yeah, like we got a fight last year on
Who we got first?
Cepeda, right? Cepeda fight
With Barancik?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna check out the way over there,
Who we
okay?
got first?
Kyrone is gonna come first. Yeah.
Kyrone first?
Then you're gonna then you and Jose together.
All right, so you want me to start?
Not yet. Let's wait a little bit.
Ernie, how's the fight go?
Something just happened. I wasn't paying attention. Like, Nady was arguing, Reese was arguing with
Rosado and I was talking to you guys. I missed
Oh,
it.
my bad.
No, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk this fight here. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but like, Reese like pushed him.
Really?
Yeah, he went back and went in the corner.
Jack sometimes, I love Jack, but sometimes he gets in the mix a little too much.
Maybe you're trying to sell him a house.
Huh?
Maybe you're trying to sell him a house. It's got 4 bedrooms, goddammit. Not 3.
The referee who's also a realtor. What a life.
Yeah, right?
Man, I love this stuff. Phoenix is a great fight now. And the fact that they booed the judges tonight?
I've never heard that.
That was one of the funniest things I've ever heard
Look, I've
about.
gone to plenty of hockey games. You boo the refs when they come
Yeah.
out. You go to Chicago or Buffalo or
Oh, of
hockey
course.
on Vegas, they'll boo the refs when they come out. The whole crowd does, no matter what side you're on. I've never heard people boo the. Then they cheer the judges for the second fight, which is even more odd. Look, there was like nothing. Usually they announce the judges when it's it.
Man.
But they viscerally booed them vociferously the first time, and then they cheered in the second fight.
Unreal.
What the hell? It's passion. I was here for the Chavez Jr. Jacobs fight.
Oh, how was that?
Hilarious. I mean, it was just like, so I happened to, so the press row was like where we are, and like to the right was Chavez Sr. just sitting by himself in a chair.
Oh, that was when he was like that.
And I'm the one of the first people that saw him do that. I was kind of watching Chavez Jr. walk back to the corner, because it was like right in front of us. And I'm the first person that saw it. I'm like,
wow.
So I told people next to me, I'm like, I think this fight's gonna stop.
Wow.
And then, the ref waved it off. Also, beer gets thrown over our heads and stuff. It was Sam Watson and I were sitting in the tunnel. The arena was configured a lot differently before the renovation. This happened 2 years ago. But that tunnel right there, we were sitting there just laughing our ass off. Watching people throwing. I have a picture on my phone. There was a shoe in there, like one woman's shoe. In the middle of the ring after the fight, I'm like, there's so many questions, like who threw that, where's the other shoe, did the other shoe not make it, like what, I just like, the story of that shoe, Norm was there for that. That Chavez Jr. Jacobs debacle, beer hit thrown at us.
He had a good first round, Chavez.
We also weighed like 35 pounds.
That's
He
true.
probably came in like, we didn't came in that night, Norm, like 195, 200 minimum. When he fought Jacobs, we think Chavez Jr. win that fight against Jacobs. Probably like 195.
Sean, you're a busy man, bro. I see you all over the place, man.
Trying.
That's great, man. I'm glad you're all over, man.
Thanks. Great.
You're
Trying, brother.
You do a great job, bro.
Thank you, man.
Seriously.
I remember that was nice what you said about going deep with the questions like a writer.
No, you do.
Appreciate it,
I
man.
I like your interviews and stuff, man. Especially like when you do. You just do a really good job of diving in detail.
Yeah, try, man.
But you don't like you tee up your subject well, and then you just kind of like let them do their thing. But it's the way that you craft your questions very, very.
Thanks, man. I
try
to break that tape down good. You know, do my homework on those tapes.
Well, if people are watching your stuff, it's like the hardcore. It's like when I read your stuff, like it's hardcore fight fans that this is all we eat and breathe and sleep this stuff. So when you guys, pull it back and stuff, I mean, very much appreciate it.
Yeah, if I can impress those guys, the hardcores, then I'm good.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's going to be your bread and butter.
Right.
Like that's what's going to be the lifeline.
Right.
The casuals will come around and spew off some craziness at some point, but it's just like,
they show up for about 3 fights a year.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm ready to go. I mean, I'm just waiting on the word. Who did? Again?
Yeah. I think you're
I'm ahead of you.
Are you?
Yeah, I just saw that a minute ago, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, hit the
There we
live
go,
button.
yeah.
Hit the live button. Yeah, hit the live button. Hit that live button. Start right there.
Hey, Jay, how's your son doing, man?
Oh, he's good, man.
Is he getting big?
Yeah, he's getting really
Yo, what
big.
happened in Mexico last night, bro? I didn't watch the game. ¿Qué pasó, bro? Like, didn't they start their? Yeah, they started their 3. Didn't they start like? Their top guys in the U.S. didn't. What's up?
You gonna bring Kyrone Davis in for a couple questions?
That's fine.
First.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with
Is he ready to go?
Yes.
All right, Ashley, we good?
Kyrone Davis.
All right.
All right. Kyrone Davis coming in first, and then we're gonna go with the
Not a problem. Is he with Bradman Edwards?
Do we want to wait for him to come in first?
Yeah, just I'm up here just so that as soon as he gives me the go-ahead, I'm ready to go.
When did you get here?
Yesterday morning, like 11 o'clock. It's a fun town, man.
It is. I got here this morning and I was like,
I want to get like a winter home down here, man, a winter condo.
That's like the 20th time I've heard you say that.
Seriously, I really do. Like, I love it here.
I got here this morning and I'm like, damn.
I know. I went out last night, had some good dinner, a couple of good spots. I was like, man, this is dope. Like,
Where'd you go?
I went to what was it? Oh man, I went to
Chick-fil-A.
where did I go? Angela something, or it's like a speakeasy bar. I know. Hold on.
Whataburger.
No.
You're downtown.
That's where I'm going.
I was in downtown. It was like a mile away from the hotel. Hold on.
Listen, I'm done.
Bring it up.
After all this.
Melinda's Alley.
It wasn't shit to get.
I went there and then
but they took us.
where did we go
I
for
was gonna tell you because they were like, oh, I
Farish
can't
House?
Can we go get some sunshine now?
I mean, it was great. It was excellent. Melinda's Alley was
Well,
dope.
on the bright side, it makes it a simple night.
There's some nice spots here downtown.
I mean, it's just, the area is awesome. People are really nice. Fans are passionate.
Just don't come during summer.
That's what I hear. It's like, what, 180 degrees?
You got 6 months of good weather, 6 months of bad weather.
What do we got, Steve?
Edwards and Davis.
Okay. Ashley, ready to go?
Hey, Gray, we'll keep cognizant of the time. I'll give you 6 or 7 minutes here. Okay? Thank you guys for coming in.
10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, thank you very much to everyone joining us for the post-fight press conference. I'm Ray Flores on behalf of Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions. What a night here in Phoenix, Arizona. A great fight town, passionate fan base, and they were treated to a tremendous night of boxing. Largely in part to the man to my left, who fought valiantly with the heart and will of a champion, but he came up short from Wilmington, Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware should be very proud of this man's efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyrone Davis. Round of applause for Kyrone Davis. And also, his esteemed trainer is someone who actually looked after his fighter probably better than most trainers that I know in the world. Someone who is an unheralded trainer, and I don't think somebody that gets enough credit for what he does for the sport and his fighters. From Philadelphia, PA, Stephen Brettman Edwards, ladies and gentlemen, the trainer of Kyrone Davis as well. Round of applause for Stephen Edwards, who did a wonderful job in the corner. Kyrone, I want to go ahead and initially, how are you feeling? Obviously, I know you're disappointed, but I mean, my goodness, you came out and you fought your heart out tonight.
You know, that's all you can do. If you're going to step in that ring, you got to be willing to give it all. And I wasn't going to come out that ring without giving it my all. And even though I'm disappointed that I couldn't win, I want to let everybody know that, you know, I ain't leave nothing there.
And Brettman, I want to know from you, how proud are you of the performance of Kyrone Davis? I know this is not easy, you know, taking the loss, but I mean, I thought you guys put up a heck of an effort here tonight in hostile territory here in Phoenix.
I'm extremely proud. David Benavidez is a duck fighter. A lot of people don't want to fight the guy. He's a monster, you know, and Kyrone didn't even give a second thought about fighting him. You know, we pretty much saved the show. You know what I mean? The guy tested positive like 3 weeks ago, so we pretty much saved the show. So I'm really proud of him, you know, that he gave that kind of effort. I'm disappointed that he lost. Because despite what people may say, you know, once you take a fight, you in it. And I know that you guys probably thought it was a long shot, but we really believed that we could win. We tried to win. We did everything we could to win. We was like waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, running, meeting twice a day, doing everything we could. You know, we didn't come here to lay down. I know some people like come and lay down for a check, or, you know, the media and the fans, they like, oh God, Kyrone's gonna get killed. He's just doing it for the money. We may sound crazy, but we really believe that we could win that fight. And I'm just disappointed because I love the kid. I've been training him since he was 18 years old, and I don't want to see him get hurt. And this is morbid, you know, people don't like to talk about it, but he would have went till he couldn't go no more, you know, and he's really one of them kind of guys. He kept telling me, like, don't stop it, I'm okay. But I know it's not, I can't let him get hurt, so that's disappointing because he cried. I know he wanted to win. He believed that he could pull the fight out, but his head started snapping back, his body language, and I just was like, it's not worth that, so gotta live with my decision.
I'll turn it over to the media, but before I do that, I think that the fans in Phoenix appreciated the effort of Kyrone Davis. He came in, booed by the crowd, and then he left after the effort that he put up, and he was cheered because the fight fans appreciated the kind of effort and the kind of fighter that Kyrone Davis is. So he certainly got the appreciation and won over the fans here in Phoenix. A wonderful crowd. I'll turn it over to the media for questions. We have a man in the back. Do we have a microphone by chance for the media? If we can go ahead and get a question.
Well, I can do it.
Go ahead.
Sir, what is it that some of the things that David did that you were surprised?
I don't think I was surprised with anything in particular. I knew that he was quick. He knew how to cut off the ring. I knew that he was a volume puncher. So nothing really surprised me. I just couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. Maybe if I had a longer camp, I've been able to give a little bit more. But I honestly, what I was in there with, I knew I was in there with. I wasn't surprised by anything.
Thank you.
Kyrone, what did he say to you when he hugged you right at that?
Oh no, he just said, "Man, you a warrior, good fight, man. You made me work." And I told him, good fight. I appreciate it. The opportunity. He's a two-time world champion for a reason, and I knew that going in. And we just embrace each other and we show each other respect. I think that I earned his respect. He earned mine.
Jay?
Kyrone, first of all, you earned the respect, like you just said, from everybody, even the fans here. I want to go back, talk about David Benavidez. At this performance that he's had this whole year and the past year, do you think he could be a potential threat to Canelo or even Jamal Charlo?
I don't want to talk about that. It's not something that I want. I'm not a matchmaker, I'm a fighter. What he does with his career, is what he does with his career. I wish him the best. But I'm not going nowhere. So we can keep talking. I don't want to talk about nobody. I'll be back.
If you have questions, we have the microphone being passed around, so when you go ahead and ask a question, wait for the microphone to get to you, and then we will go ahead and move forward. Ernie?
This is for Breadman. In between one of the rounds, it was reported on social media that the referee came over when you were discussing stopping the fight and said, "This is a close fight." Number one, have you ever had a referee come and say that to you? And B, did you find it to be inappropriate?
I did notice that he said that. I did think it was weird. I don't want to get into criticizing officials and stuff, but I thought that was weird. It was almost like, he was like telling me to let him go out on his back. I didn't understand that. It's not the referee's job to tell me what the score is.
No, I think where he was going, because he said something about going low or something like that.
Okay.
So he might have said that he was trying to say not like he wasn't trying to take any points away. Okay. So he was trying to say don't make me get interfered with a fight. I think that's what he was saying. Okay, maybe that's what it was throughout the game. I did hear him say this is a close fight, but I didn't know what caused him to say that. So I didn't pay attention to that though. I didn't care about what he thought the score was or anything like that. But I did hear him say that. I just in the middle of the chaos and everything like that, you can't worry about somebody else's opinion. Because it's not about if the fight is close or not. It's about if he's taking the wrong type of punishment. If his body language, if his head is snapping a certain kind of way, he couldn't see out of his eyes. So that's more important than how close the fight is to me.
What do you got? Someone behind you that wants to ask a question?
This question is for both of you guys. Kyrone, you said that you were disappointed that you couldn't go more on the fight, but then your coach said that he was looking out for you. So what was that conversation right after the fight ended, or in the locker room, of just how the fight went about for you guys?
My coach loves me, so when he stopped the fight, I knew what it was. He kept trying to ensure me hey, I was doing this for you, I was doing this for you, I was doing this for you. And I looked him in his face and I told him, look, I'm not mad at you, I'm just mad at myself. because I wanted to pull it out. But this guy, he comes to the gym early in the morning. He's there a lot of times before me. He plans to work out. He spends his own money. For a long time, he didn't make no money training me. I was making $1,000 a fight, $5,000 a fight. He's getting a small percentage of that. He was making no money. My assistant, my dad, my mom, everybody who put so much into me. No, I don't have no type of feelings when it comes to people that I have in my corner. I trust them. So that's his job. That's what I pay him to do. I pay him to protect me. Because I can't protect myself. I tell you that right now. I would have went out and, out. I mean, I wasn't going in there to quit. So, he wants to see me continue my career. So he did what was best. Even though it might not have been what I thought should have been done, he knows what's best. And he's still in my corner. He's gonna be coaching me for the rest of my fight. It's not no, oh, I need to switch trainers or I'm mad at him. I understand the love that he had for me.
Sean?
Kyrone, incredible effort and courage tonight, man. Benavidez is known as a big puncher. He hits you with some good combinations, but he never dropped you, never hurt you too bad. How much of a puncher is he? How much of that was just you have a granite chin, and how much is it he doesn't punch as hard or does punch as hard as people think? What would you say about his power?
Can I say something about that?
Of course.
That's why I stopped the fight, because I know he got a granite chin. And when you could take a punch like that, and he was only down one time in his career, and it was more like a tangled up thing because it was a southpaw. And I've been training him since he was 18. I've had him in the gym with guys like Triple G, big punchers, and his chin always hold up. He's like built for that. And when you got a guy like that don't go down and got a lot of heart, that's how you see somebody get hurt in boxing. That's the #1 reason why. Because I think Benavidez can punch, but he's not like a one-punch knockout artist. He's more like a heavy-handed volume guy that throws a lot of punches, and that's the kind of guy that could hurt you round after round after round after round. It's actually better to get hit one time and go to sleep early than somebody to beat on you round after round. And I knew he wasn't going to quit, and I knew he could take his punches, and that is the reason why. Because Kyrone was like, he hits hard, but he doesn't hit like nothing I've never felt before. And that's how you could get hurt, because of the volume and the punch after punch. So that's why I stopped the fight.
And Kyrone, before we let you go, I think you went ahead and stated that you're thinking about moving down to 160. Is that still in your mind, or was that just initial thoughts after the fight?
I moved up to take the opportunity in this game. You gotta take risks. So they called me and they said, Anthony Durrell, his opponent pulled out. We need somebody to fill in. I came up and said, hey, look, that's 8 pounds. My coach talked about it. I moved up. Then they called me short notice. They needed somebody on the main event on Fox Sports 1 to cover the card. They gave me 13 days. I went out and got a unanimous decision.
That's when you fought Martez McGregor back on September 5th.
Then they called me because somebody popped up negative and said, whatever. I don't know what it is, because I don't put nothing in my system. But they called me with 16 days to get ready for David Benavidez, supposed to be this monster. I don't turn nobody down. I said this is a great opportunity. Hold on. I said these are great opportunities. So I kept coming in. I will be going back down to 160, my actual weight class, and I look to be a problem.
He never really moved up. That's just the offers that we got. He was a 160 pounder. Mm-hmm. The fight before the Durrell fight was at 160, and we just got the call to fight at 68, and we just had to take the fights because of the circumstances. Obviously, his prize fight and the money was good or whatever, but he never said, well, I'm going to be a 68 pounder. This is just the offers that he just happened to be getting. Mm-hmm. So people keep saying he moved up in weight. We just taking the opportunities that's getting presented to us. We were trying to fight Duranchenko at 160, and we couldn't get the fight. So we just said, all right, fine. We got to take whatever is offered to us.
Let's do one more here and then one there, and then we'll cut these guys loose.
And Breadman, I obviously understand how you feel, Kyrone, but Breadman has been known to give his prognostications on the sport. Just from what you saw tonight, man, how does David versus Canelo? Does he have the best shot of anybody in this division?
You know what? It's kind of hard to tell until two guys line up in front of each other. I think David is a really talented young fighter. And, you know, he has a chance to beat anybody. You know, sometimes when you show up for a fight, you raise your level of your game, and you can pull things off. So I don't want to make a prediction on who will win between David and Canelo, but I do think that David has enough talent and ability to be in the ring with Canelo. He's a very, very talented fighter. I've been looking at him for a long time. He can fight. I'm not going to say he can beat Canelo, though. That's a tall order. You know, Canelo's an all-time great fighter, so there's levels to this game. But, you know, they got to fight and see.
Yeah, like a Saca Boxing Club from Argentina. First of all, congrats. You gave a hell of a show. You mesmerized people from Argentina. Are we going to see you back in the ring?
100%.
When?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna enjoy the holidays. I'm gonna get right back in the gym. I'm gonna work hard. I'll make some music because I'm an artist too. I make music. I'll make some music. I'm gonna enjoy my family, and then we're gonna come back as soon as my coach and Al Heyman team, everybody comes and they say, hey, this is a good opportunity, and we're gonna take it from there. I'm not really thinking about, you know, the first thing I want to do is every time I'm about to get out the ring, be like, what's next? What's next? I'm about to go get sleep.
All right, give it up for Kyrone Davis, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent effort.
Thank you, Kyrone.
Go enjoy that prize money and get some rest. Enjoy the holidays, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Kyrone Davis, his trainer, Stephen Breadman Edwards, the entire team. What a class act that entire team is. And now we will await David Benavidez, but what a night of action here in Phoenix. This is a wonderful fight town, a passionate fight town. And I certainly want to come back. I think Premier Boxing Champions wants to come back as well and stuff. It's great to be here in the hometown of Michael Carbajal, and the fans came out, certainly supported the hometown fighters. Jose Benavidez Jr. with a majority draw in his fight, and then David Benavidez with a 7th round stoppage over Kyrone Davis that you just heard from. And what a run it has been for Premier Boxing Champions. This is our 3rd show in 3 straight weeks. We started off this run with PBC on Showtime with Radzak Mutayev's win over Jamal James back on October 30th, the night before Halloween, at the Mandalay Bay. Last week, Canelo Alvarez unified the super middleweight division with his victory in the 11th round TKO win over Caleb Plant to become the first unified super middleweight champion of the world at 168. And then tonight, here in Phoenix, with David Benavidez' 7th round TKO victory over Kyrone Davis. And then we follow it up in 2 weeks' time with some unification at 122 pounds. Brandon Figueroa in action against Stephen Fulton from Philadelphia, PA. And then PBC continues the run with a very talented Gervonta Davis and Isaac Cruz on December 5 on Showtime pay-per-view. That undercard is absolutely loaded, by the way. That'll come your way from Staples Center in Los Angeles. A Sunday night pay-per-view, December 5 from Staples Center in Los Angeles on Showtime pay-per-view. That is presented by Premier Boxing Champions, promoted by Mayweather Promotions and TGB Promotions. 6 days later, December 11th, it'll be Nonito Donaire and Raymart Caballo. That'll be from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California, also known as the War Grounds. That'll be on December 11th. So the run continues for Premier Boxing Champions on Showtime. It has been a very busy fall, and as we head into the winter time, and we have some, where's Martine? Is Martine around here somewhere? The publicist or whatever, is he around here? I think he said we have some special guests. I think we've got Luis Gonzalez in the house from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Round of applause for Luis Gonzalez, the World Series hero. Great to see him in the house. I know he wants to go ahead and we'll talk with David in a few moments. And Phoenix certainly came out, and we look forward to coming back. I mean, if I had my choice, and I don't make the decisions, I'd love to come back here once a year. That's how great of a fight town this is. So we're awaiting David Benavidez. I think we are getting word that he's making his way. I thought it was wonderful to see how Phoenix supported the Benavidez family with the unveiling of the mural with, Jose Benavidez Sr. in the center, David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez. And what really touched me is the support that the fans have for their local hometown guys. Even the undercards, the place was packed for the undercards, and I go all over the country and we do fights all over, and that isn't necessarily always the case when the fans come out for the undercards, and that's what Phoenix did, and that's why I love coming to Phoenix, and it's a wonderful fight town. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring up the Benavidez family, Jose Benavidez Sr., ladies and gentlemen, Jose Benavidez Jr., with his majority draw, and still undefeated, the two-time super middleweight champion of the world, with a 7th round TKO victory over Kyrone Davis in his homecoming here in Phoenix. The fans came out, they support him, they loved him, they adore him, deservedly so, because offensively, and David, I've said this many times, you are a juggernaut offensively. The punches and bunches is unbelievable. Blistering hand speed, your selection of punches, absolutely mesmerizing. 5 straight wins by stoppage, still undefeated from Phoenix, Arizona. El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez, ladies and gentlemen. David, how are you feeling after that victory in front of your hometown?
I feel really good. I feel like I did everything I said I was going to do. I trained extremely hard for this fight. Unfortunately, this TKO victory isn't against Uzcategui, because he's a little bit harder opponent, but I was really looking forward to get him in there. But, Kyrone Davis, he was a warrior. He came and gave it all in the ring, and, he was actually giving me war in the ring, too, and the fans love to see that. They love to see a good exchange, so I'm just here for the fans. And, thank you to everybody who came out. Thank you all my friends, my family, and everybody who came to support me. Thank you so much.
Before I turn it over to the media, obviously, were you surprised? Because you hit Kyrone Davis with everything, literally everything. You switched stances, you were going back and forth. I saw you were going to the body, you were going upstairs. Just a variety of different punches. You were hitting him clean. Were you surprised that he didn't go down?
Not really. He had a strong will, but I knew that I don't get tired. I keep going, and I know eventually they're going to stop the fight. So, I feel like I'd rather be that type of fighter where I could sustain this pressure for 12 rounds and just have that one fighter that has one punch knockout, and, there's only, So, if it don't matter with me, if I get you now, the first round, the second round, the 7th round, the 12th round, 11th round, I'm going to get you eventually. And I don't let off until I knock people out, or until I stop them.
If you were to fight Canelo, I feel like all of Phoenix would make their way to wherever the fight is, because, this area loves you. And they came out for both you and your brother and what your father have done. It was absolutely unbelievable to watch and see the love and the support, the passion that the fans here in Phoenix have for all of you.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like they just, the fans in Phoenix, I was supposed to fight in Phoenix before COVID hit, and that's why I feel like they've just been waiting for us to come back. And the fans in Phoenix, I swear, I feel like they're the best boxing fans in the world, because not only because I'm from here, but I know the energy, they feel, even to the point, my opponent, they're drowning with booze, so they have my back 100%. So, this is really the best place to have boxing, in my opinion. I love Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, we definitely want to come back. If you have questions for David Benavidez or Jose Benavidez Jr., by all means, we got the microphone around, so wait your turn, Ernie, by all means.
David, you fought in front of a packed house tonight. Everybody around you is talking about what may or may not be next. Did that give you any... It's not that bad of a question. Giving all of that, was there any extra pressure, extra excitement, maybe a mixture of both, giving all of that?
No, there was no pressure at all. Everybody's been asking me that question all week, or for 2 weeks now. I don't feel any pressure no more. I feel like if I wouldn't do my job and work hard in the gym, I would feel the pressure. But I love boxing. I love training every day. If anything, I'll be more excited. It made me even go out there and throw even more punches, because I know it's in front of my hometown of Phoenix. But there's no pressure at all. No pressure.
David, congratulations on this huge victory. Walk us and tell us a little bit more, walk us through it. How was this camp, since you had to switch opponents last minute? Obviously you saw Kyrone was a tough opponent. Just let us know how tough was it, to changing the style going into this fight.
It wasn't tough at all. I feel like you gotta be ready for this type of stuff. I feel like either if Uzcategui would have been out with the injury or whatever, or he was out with steroids, it doesn't matter. You have to be ready for more than one style. You know, and that's really what it's about when they say adapting to everything. Because in training camp, we spar 3-4 different types of sparring partners in the same, you know, we put them in rotation. So you have to adapt right there. So, I mean, that's the good thing about, that's how we've been working for a long, long time. So it didn't really change, you know what I mean? I just had to watch Kyrone Davis a little bit more film on him, see what he did good, see what he did bad, and just change my game plan for that.
Before we get to the next question, I want to acknowledge Samson Lukowitz, the promoter of David Benavidez. Ladies and gentlemen, Samson Lukowitz, one of the best minds in all of boxing. Speaking of one of the best minds in all of boxing, in my opinion, the manager of the year in 2021, Louis DeCubas Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Outstanding manager as well, the manager of the year in 2021. Now we have more questions from the media in the press room.
David, Jose Jr., welcome home. Great performance. Now, David, I remember back in the Iron Boy days, coming over here, man, your cruiserweight days, now seeing you here headline. What does it mean for you to inspire the young Arizona boxing kids, even the up-and-comers? What advice can you give them, and how does that make you feel?
Well, I feel like, you know, this is why Phoenix, Arizona loves me so much, because I wasn't anything extraordinary. I wasn't anything spectacular when I was a little kid. The only thing I did was work hard. You know, I was weighed over 250 pounds, 14 years old, and there was so much boxers here in Phoenix, Arizona that were better than me, but, you know, I put it in my head that I wanted to be the best, and with, you know, a good support system like my dad and my brother and my mom, you know, they've always supported me, and they've never let me, you know, not reach my potential. So, I mean, if you're a little kid and you don't really have belief in yourself, I mean, it's going to happen to every little kid, but as long as you know you make a goal for yourself and try to achieve the goal, you work on it every day. It's not a weekly thing. It's a daily thing. You got to go hard every day. And that's kind of the message I've been trying to get to the kids too. You know, I get kids that are a little bit bigger in weight too. They message me, and I message them back, and I tell them, you know what? I was in the same position. I was in your shoes too. So it's all about you, how much you want to motivate yourself, how much you want to dedicate yourself, how much you want to push yourself, and the sky's the limit.
Thank you.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
I noticed that, you know, at the end, after the fight, you asked the crowd, you know, who do you want to see me fight, and you know, you want to see me fight Canelo, and the crowd erupted. You think Canelo heard those cheers?
I hope so. You know, I don't know, but, you know, it just felt really good, you know, just getting the crowd involved in it. You know, I haven't fought with the live audience in 2 years. And it's boring, honestly, when there's no audience in there. So now I have the people, you know, I feel like, you know, the people are very excited for anything I do because, you know, every time I come to fight, I make it a war, you know, and they love the way I fight. So if they want to see me fight Canelo, they want to see me fight Charlo, whoever they want to see me fight, they know it's going to be a 100% guaranteed great fight. So, I mean, I'm ready for whoever. I've been professional 8 years already. You know, next year is going to be my 9th year professional, almost a decade in boxing. I'm barely 24. Right. So, you know, I've been boxing 21 years, you know, so my whole life is, and now it's time to take the big risks because it's, I want it, you know, win, lose, or draw, I'm always going to put 100% into it, you know, and I'm going to work extremely hard, and I feel like I can beat the best right now.
Jose, did you feel the rust, or?
I mean, I've been out of the ring for 3 years, yeah, I felt the rust first couple rounds, you know, but I mean, it's okay, it is what it is. I felt like I did enough to win the fight. The guy kept running, looked like he was on a bicycle. And I'll give him that, he could take a shot. But I mean, he didn't want to, you know, he was awkward. He was an awkward fighter, but I mean, he came here to fight. Everyone has their different styles, and it's okay. I mean, I don't think the judges scored the fight how it was supposed to be scored, but I mean, draw's a draw, it's not a loss, you know. I'm going to go back home, keep training, and make sure I don't get any draws next time. And make sure I stop the guy.
Yeah. What about the extra weight? Did it affect you?
You know, I lost, I was at 240.
Yeah,
I went up to 240 pounds.
Yeah.
I lost like 60 pounds. So not only that, I went down and lost weight. I felt strong. It's just, I mean, like I said, I haven't been in the ring for 3 years, so that ring was got to me a little bit. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, I got this one down. Now let's just keep going from here on out. And I just want to say I'm happy my brother did a tremendous job. You know, we have a tremendous team. We work hard together. He motivates me. I motivate him. My dad's always by our side. You know, this bond we have is unbreakable. And the sky's the limit from now. I'm glad I'm with, you know, Yusuf Kubas, Al Heyman now, and, you know, I'm ready for these fights. Next fight will be a total different fight. You know, I'm just glad I got this fight in. And I'm gonna keep training. No more long layoffs.
Right. You know, the one thing that people remember you for is your jab. I don't think we saw as much of your jab.
I honestly was trying to take this guy out, to be honest with you. I should have used my jab more with how I did before, but I mean, it's good, you know. It's good. I learn from it, watch video more, and, you know, now I have to use my jab like I did before, because right now I was just hunting the guy, and the guy didn't want to fight, kept running, so now I have to learn how to use my jab how I did before, and then take those shots, and I just try to take the guy out with power shots. But I mean, I want to thank, you know, Samsung. I want to thank Al Heyman, Luis Cubos for giving me the opportunity to fight in this card, this amazing crowd. You know, I love Arizona. I love all the fans. You know, just motivate me. How my brother said, they say our last name and they hype us up, and then the other guys they boo them down. Which, you know, it's something crazy. You know, it just feels amazing being back in the ring again after so long. After so long, especially next to my brother. You know, it motivates me, and then I want to see that Canelo fight with my brother. Let's hope that happens. But from here on out, you know, like I said, no more long layoffs. Back to the gym and start winning these fights.
For each of you, could Phoenix? I know you're in Seattle, but could Phoenix become your home at least for fighting a couple times a year here? Or?
I mean, we have to leave that to promoters, but that'll be amazing. You know, I love this crowd. I love this vibe. You know. The good thing about us is everywhere we go, we have a good crowd. You know, people love us. Texas, California, Vegas, everywhere we go, you know, we just love the boxing fans in general. We have a good supporting, a good following, and I just want to thank all the fans who've been out there since day one supporting us. You know, that means a lot to us. That motivates a lot. I know what motivates me, my brother, and my dad. You know, just seeing people out there like little kids writing us messages, "Hey, you're my hero." That just makes my day. You know, and it just makes me believe. Like, you know, I tell you, like how my brother says, when little kids write to us, anything is possible in life. The only one can stop you is yourself. You know, I'm not even supposed to be boxing right now. They said I was never gonna box again. Then I know wow, it's taken 7 years to walk. It hasn't even been 6 years, and I fought 2 big fights. I fought a big fight. You know, took a layoff. I fought again. And I mean, the sky's the limit from here. You know, as long as you have a strong mind, we all fall. You know, in life, God has plans for us. You know, everything happens for a reason. You just have to learn how to get back up and keep grinding. We're warriors, and we're not gonna stop.
Yeah, but also too, if Luis de Cuba, Samson Lukowitz, and Steven Espinosa, if I tell them they could make the rest of our fights here always, that'd be great too.
That'd be amazing.
David, aquí viendo el resultado que miramos de tu hermano, esto como no ganó la victoria, pero te motivó a ti a noquearlo a tu oponente y a la vez también pues,
Recording in progress.
¿Tú quieres al Canelo en tu siguiente pelea o cómo te sientes en tu próximo rival? ¿Quieres al Canelo?
No, pues yo ya estaba listo para noquear a mi rival también. Yo trabajé bien duro y yo ya sabía que tenía más fuerza que él, yo ya sabía que le iba a noquear. Pero yo creo que la pelea aquí sí se puede hacer como en mayo o septiembre. Entonces voy a seguir entrenando duro y a ver qué pasa, pero voy a estar listo para todo lo que venga.
Well, the question was whether, well, 2 questions. The first one was whether seeing Jose fight motivated you to do what you did in your main event. And the second one was, if I'm not mistaken, if you feel ready for Canelo, correct?
If he wants Canelo.
If he wants Canelo, okay, yeah. David answered the first question that, you know, he was going after a knockout all the way, that he felt comfortable throughout the fight, and that he was glad that he was able to achieve the win the way that he did. And then as far as Canelo, he's going to be ready for whatever, May, September, he's going to train hard and be ready for whatever comes his way next year.
La Casaca Boxing Club Argentina. This is for Mr. Benavidez Sr. en español, para Argentina, en vivo.
Saludos para toda la gente de Argentina.
Igualmente, gracias. Primero que nada, felicidades a los 2 muchachos, muy buen trabajo. Ese es tocante a Junior. Sabemos que Junior viene de 5 años peleando una vez al año casi, promedio de una pelea al año. ¿Este fue el factor que se le dificultó un poquito la pelea hoy? ¿O también el argentino hizo bien las cosas? ¿O una combinación de las dos?
No, pues no le vamos a quitar nada al argentino, pues mi respeto, muchas gracias por aceptar la pelea. Para mí, José Benavidez hizo muy bien, hizo espectacular. Como él lo dijo, el doctor le dijo que no iba a caminar. Ha tenido 2 peleas muy grandes, ahora pues tuvo una pelea donde creo yo que mis ojos ganó y no le dieron la victoria, pero eso no importa. Nosotros somos guerreros, seguimos peleando. Mucha gente no sabe que yo hasta dejé mi trabajo cuando ellos estaban chicos para irnos a la aventura, y yo estoy súper orgulloso de los dos, de lo que han logrado. hay mucha gente mala también que quiere destruir lo que tenemos, pero eso no lo van a conseguir. Yo creo que nos estamos haciendo muy, muy fuertes y estamos muy unidos y les vamos a dar muy buenas peleas a toda la gente. Y estoy muy orgulloso de los dos y ojalá que me den la oportunidad de seguir con ellos y hacemos un buen equipo y yo daría mi vida por ellos, ¿no? Y aquí seguimos juntos, ¿no?
Era la segunda parte de la entrevista, que los planes a futuro.
Well, so the question was whether Jose's rust played a factor in the fight, and the answer was that, in no disrespect to the opponent Torres, we have major respect for him, but I thought Jose had a spectacular fight. I thought he won, that he did great. Jose overcame so many challenges to be able to come back. And many people don't even know that I, meaning Jose's dad, left my job and I had to give so much to be able to make these kids, live a happy and fruitful life. So I'm really proud of them and the effort that they have made, and I thought Jose won the fight.
More questions? You guys, a question from Sean.
Just the future plans for Junior, los planes para Junior.
Pues los planes es seguir al gimnasio y seguir peleando, no como antes que dijiste que peleaba una vez al año y me tomaba los breaks muy largos. Ahora hay que regresar y seguir echándole ganas y pelear unas 5 o 6 veces al año.
Gracias.
The question was, what's Jose's plans going forward? And Jose was saying that he's going to come back to the gym, and next year it's going to be about fighting 5 or 6 times, not taking as many breaks as he used to. So ideally, fighting 5 or 6 times a year will be the best plan for him. Next question?
You got a question, Sean?
The question is for Mr. Checo here. You should be there. ¿Qué tan cerca? How close is that fight with Canelo in your estimation? ¿Qué tan cerca está?
Hold on, before you answer that question, Samson, can we get the mic over to Samson? Ask the question on the mic and then, how close is the fight?
9:45, I'm on my way to Mexico. So I will speak with Mauricio Sullivan and explain to him that it's time to get this title back. Now, it can be in May, 5 de Mayo, or it can be in September, but not later in September. I'm going with a good faith that you need to face the best 168 super middleweight in the world, which is David El Bandera Roja Benavidez.
That's all. Sean's got a question over here.
David,
hold on real quick, Sean.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, David? Great fun stuff as always to watch, man. If he's watching, any message to Canelo, and if not a message, why does David Benavidez beat him?
I mean, I think the fans speak for itself. The fans have been calling for this fight for a long, long time, and there's nobody else for Canelo to fight. I feel like I'm a bigger guy, I'm a stronger guy, I have a lot of speed. Obviously a lot of people say that Canelo, I'm an easy walking park for Canelo, but they say that about all my opponents. I don't have defense, I don't have nothing, but I would rather get hit, so I know when I get in the ring with the fighters, it's a completely different story. I know how strong I am, I know how much pressure I put on, and I know how these guys tend to break down towards the end of the fight. I know a fight with Canelo won't be easy, but I'm willing to give my heart and my soul in that ring to get the victory, and I know I can get it done. But like I said, I'm gonna let the fans keep going for it. I'm gonna keep winning my fights exactly how I'm doing it, dominant fashion. My last 5 fights, there's been no competition. No competition. I just go in there and walk guys down. And I'm not just throwing one punch, I'm throwing punches and bunches. I'm doing stuff that no other 168 pounder does. Combinations, 6-7 punch combinations, body shots, great jabs. You know what I mean? So I feel like I deserve that fight. So I'm gonna keep, until I get that fight, I'm gonna keep knocking down whoever they put in front of me. If they want to put 5 guys in front of me, want to do another title with me, that's fine. I'll do that until I get the fight with Canelo. But the fans are gonna keep asking for that fight. I've been #1 contender for 3 fights already, since 3 fights. So we'll keep going. I don't mind beating anybody. I don't mind keep beating these guys to get to that spot because I know I'm better than everybody. And I'll just prove it in the ring.
If he's not going to go your direction soon, in the next 1, 2, or 3 fights, what's the best you could do out there? Is it fighting the winner of Better BF Brown at 75, or would it be Charlo, or what's the next best thing if Canelo's not going to get in there right now?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard because I don't even want to hype these fights up because I'm willing to fight whoever. But you seen the incident with Charlo talking all that, but then he didn't really want to fight. But I feel like that's really the narrative for these other fighters. They act like they want to fight, but when it's time to fight, they can't. They don't want to fight. I mean, I would love to fight Berlanga too, in the hard Puerto Rican punching. He has a hard puncher, so I feel there's a lot of good fights to be made, but I feel like people are scared to take that risk. But if you really want to be the best, you shouldn't be scared to take no risk. But if I would love to fight Charlo, Berlanga, Caleb Plant still, Colin Smith. If I gotta go up to 75, I'll go up to 75 too. But it doesn't matter, I feel like I got another 10, 12 years left in this professional boxing game. So, there's a lot of names to be fought out there, so I'll fight every single one of them.
Thanks, David. And just the question for Big Bro. Jose, great to see you back in the ring after 3 years, man. Terrence Crawford, a day or two ago, he mentioned you were the best fighter he's ever fought, the toughest fight he had. What do you think of that, and do you think he beats Sean Porter next Saturday?
Yeah, I've been asked this question a few times now. And then I have something to say for Sean Porter, too. He has said that I gave him the best fight of his career to Terrence Crawford, but that he has everything I have plus more. Honestly, I don't see anything special in Sean Porter. And if you guys have seen the video that we sparred back when I was way younger, I was giving it to him. I feel like Crawford is a crafty fighter. He's a champion for a reason.
He's a very guy that's super focused, very disciplined. But I'm pretty sure, I'm positive that David will beat him. We would love to fight him. It will be a tough fight, a very dangerous fight. But I know what I have. David's been training since he was 2 years old. And that's a fight that people want to see. Everybody wants to see that fight. I guarantee you, David will be victorious in that fight.
It also motivates me too because everybody I looked up to, Oscar De La Hoya, Marco Antonio Barrera, Vargas, Trinidad, these dudes, they're 25, 24, 25, 26 years old, fighting the best of the best, multiple world champions, and they didn't have to take that chance, but they did. They took that leap to be great, and I feel like that's what I have to do. Obviously this is a very hard fight. Me and Canelo, it's the hardest probably fight I've ever had in my career, and nothing's guaranteed, but the work that you put in is guaranteed. And I'm willing to work as hard as I can to make sure I secure a victory and be at the best possible mental and physical place in my life I've ever been, and I'm gonna be ready for it. Everybody can say whatever they want, but they don't put the work in I put in, and I know exactly what I put in. So once this fight gets signed, and whenever it does happen, the motivation is going to be through the roof, and I'll definitely make it. I'll be the victor in that fight.
Well, congratulations to David Benavidez with his win over Kyrone Davis in front of the hometown fans here in Phoenix. Jose Benavidez Jr. comes right after 3 years away. Jose Benavidez Sr., esteemed trainer, the father. Phoenix, thank you so much. Samson Lukowitz, TGB Promotions, PBC. If Benavidez and Canelo happens in 2022, book it. That is the fight of the year next year. Have a great one, everybody. We look forward to coming back to Phoenix.
We got a bang of drums. Sit down. Sorry. You too, brother. You too. Thank you.
See you up in Vegas.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. You too.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, David. You mind if I throw a few more your way, brother, before you get out of here?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Dave.
Hey, drive safe, my friend. Let me do him first.
Yeah, okay.
Good job, man. Thank you. Good to see you.
Oh, sorry. How you doing, brother? Awesome. Good, man. Fun stuff.
Great question.
Thanks, brother. Thank you. I'm trying.
Do you like? I mean, it's just kind of natural, or like kind of think about it, or like what is it?
It's kind of like you watch the fight, you kind of think about like, all right, this is what I'm gonna ask, or you just kind of like.
No, I think I try to be sharp.
Or like somebody asks a question that you, or then you have to think something else or something like.
Yeah, no. Sometimes they'll steal one.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, that was the obvious.
Right.
So now what's next?
What's next?
So yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and then if I'm gonna ask about another fight, let the guy feel good.
Yeah.
He said you're the best fighter you ever fought. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just, hey, what do you think Crawford?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
some props.
The way you were.
Then ask about it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
What's your name again, my friend?
Sean, man.
Jiggish.
Nice to meet
Call
you,
me
man.
Jiggy.
You're his mom, right?
Yes,
yeah, I've
I'm
met
his
you guys
stepdad.
before, I
yes,
think.
we have.
Yeah, I've met
like
you guys.
walking through the parking lot.
Yeah.
I think you were going in Vegas.
Yes. The MGM.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
I know.
I cover
Thank
boxing.
you. I appreciate you.
He's a fan of me. Like, I love
Thank
him.
you so much. We appreciate
Might be my favorite fighter. Him and Canelo.
Exactly. Hopefully the fight happens, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
There's no rush for him, though. Like, he's good. If he doesn't want to go his way next,
exactly.
keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shit, go get them belts at 75. He's bullshitting at 16.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
I feel like he's going to be even better at 75.
Canelo would have to vacate. He'd have to vacate October for 2 fights.
Right.
Actually, he's not for the he has to fight David. Fight David in 22 shots.
I got to ask him.
He can't use the franchise. He used it for He used it to get the belt. They wanted David Benavidez. And Canelo flexed his franchise, which was only good after 16. So he actually started in favor. So basically,
what was it? Jiggy.
Because he has to go, he can't use it. Right. And that's why Russo throw another loophole in it. If he throws another loophole in there, WBC loses his roster.
Yeah, it is though. They keep pulling so much bullshit.
Let's do it over here, guys.
Oh, over here is good? Okay. Yep.
¿Qué van a hacer con esto? Antes de que lo quiten. Pero antes de que se lo quiten.
una entrevista con él.
All right, man. FightHype.com. So I'll tell with the man, David Benavidez. David, just first, man, what'd you think of how the hell was Kyrone Davis able to hold up to all those combinations, man?
He's a warrior, bro. I mean, you don't gotta take it away from him. He's a warrior, but I feel like has he been knocked out before?
No.
He's never been. When they've never been knocked out. They'll really try their hardest not to get knocked out. And I mean, I knew I was gonna take him out eventually, because that's the way I work. When I put the pressure on, I don't let off at nothing. And I feel like I get better as the fights go on. I throw more punches, land more. But I mean, hats off to Davis. But I feel like as long as you remain calm, you don't get frustrated, you don't get the knockouts fast. That's the key of it. You can't make mistakes just because you're looking to get a knockout. I didn't make any mistakes. I was touching him. I kept my distance. Everything was good, and I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah. Just again, the patience, man. Where's that coming from? Again, usually you start off 70 punches the first round, but you took your time with this guy.
Well, you know what I wanted to do because I didn't want to let the fans get to me. And it's crazy, but it's good that I think like that. I know a lot of people wanted me to go in there, throw everything in the first, but I wanted to stay disciplined. Because that's really when it matters. You have to learn. I'm maturing too, and I think for the longevity of my career, it's better. You have to relax, and the knockout is going to come. The fans have to wait a little bit, but I feel like I did a tremendous job.
Why didn't use the jab much tonight? You didn't need it.
That's why. Because sometimes I fight fighters and I'm not landing at first, but until I start opening up with the jab. But this dude was just available with so much shots. I feel like that's why I didn't really need the jab too much. But I should have threw more. But I mean, everything worked out perfect.
I'm sure you read about what the fans say. When they break down this Canelo fight, they say the body shots will kill David. He'll get underneath and get to the body. What's your response to that? Why won't that get it done?
Well, we'll see what happens. Everybody says the same shit over and over again. I get hit too much. I don't have this and that. I really don't get hit, But you craft a game plan for each fighter. you know, I know Kyrone Davis didn't throw body shots like this. You know, if I knew he would throw body shots like that, it would have been different. I would have been stepping out, doing different stuff. Or I would have been throwing more jabs. Because once a fighter throws body shots, you counter that with the jab. You know what I mean? So that's what takes the body shots away. But I mean, people are gonna say, the people that be talking the most shit don't know anything about boxing. You watch fucking boxing on TV and they think they know everything. But I'm really in there working. I'm working with multiple sparring partners. I'm doing a lot of stuff, so I'll be good. I don't need their advice.
You know, lately he's just had these nukes at 168. Yeah. Are you the only guy who's got something for his ass? Who's got a nuke?
Yeah, exactly. I got a lot of power too, and I throw punches and bunches, and I don't get tired. So I think that's the best thing about me. My stamina is crazy.
So that's a toe-to-toe fight, you think?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm bigger. You know what I mean? I'm a bigger guy. You know, I'm faster too. So it'll be a great fight. I mean, the people are gonna win. Whoever wins this fight, it's gonna be a fucking amazing fight.
And you know, we've talked about this before. Just I want your thoughts on this, David. You know, to say Canelo's sitting around at 68, he's already got all the belts already. What do you think just of the thought of beating him to the punch to 75, getting that WBC belt from the winner of Brown?
I've been thinking about that lately. So maybe we could probably do that too, but we gotta sit around, see what the best option is, and then go with that. If it's 75, then fuck it, we'll go up to 75.
Jay Martinez, FightHype TV here with David Benavidez. First of all, congratulations on this huge win. Overall, how would you assess your performance? You know, TKO victory. How would you assess it tonight?
I assess it pretty good. You know, I was in there. I was calm. I didn't really get hit with too much punches. It was a good fight. The fans loved it. I won TKO, and I think I did pretty good.
Were you frustrated a little bit because you know you did have a heart, you had the will, you had the granite chin to not go down. Were you frustrated at all?
No, I'm not frustrated at all, bro. Because I know sometimes the dudes are not gonna go down eventually. Especially me, I know. Like I feel like some people like Berlanga, like they got one punch knockout power, and you see what happened to him once they don't land that shot. His fight, you know, it doesn't go. So with me, I know it's gonna take more than one shot, but that makes it better because I dig to the body. I dig, you know, I throw uppercuts, do different shit, and I feel like
just one big question for you, brother. You've always been so humble about your son's skills. This was one of the first times I ever heard you straight out say he will beat Canelo. Why is that, Jose?
Because, man, you know, like I said, David's been training since he was 3 years old. I know what he has, the motivation now with his son, you know, and the determination, man. You know, Canelo, to me, I'm going to be, in my opinion right now, you know, this guy is the best, pound for pound. Very disciplined. When has he taken a break? When? I don't know when. I never heard of him. He fights Monday, Tuesday, he's already training, you know, and I believe in my heart that he's wearing out because he might not know, but, you know, he's been working so hard and it comes a time where the body doesn't want to go, you know, because at the end of the day, the fights, he comes in and looks good at the fights. Where you leave everything, it's in the gym. You know, all that wearness and tears and injuries happen in the gym, actually. So he's been very dedicated, and I think one of these days we're just going to see that the body's not the same. It's not responding. He might want it so bad, but that's why I feel that he should get the fight right now, you know, and he has a bigger possibility of beating David because he has more experience and he's an animal. But with time passing by, I think it benefits us, and David's getting more experience, getting more stronger, and getting more mainstream, I think. When he fought Caleb Plant to me, you know, I was surprised how good he did. He came in shape, and Caleb Plant, in my opinion, he looked really good, man. But he just doesn't have that pop because he caught him with some good punches. I've seen Caleb Plant hit him to the body, man, and he felt that. But why didn't he go more? You know, if you go look and see, like in the third or fourth round, man, I never seen Canelo going like, you know, feeling that pain. So my respects to Caleb Plant. He did good. I didn't think he was going to last that long, you know, and he put up a really good fight, and I think he gave Canelo a tough fight.
I hear what you're saying about perhaps he could be slowing down any minute now, Canelo. But let's say he's peaked. He's still at that peak. Why does David beat him? You know,
that's what I'm saying.
He comes in 100%.
I think you know, a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but Caleb Plant gave him a lot of trouble. And, you know, Caleb Plant was using his shoulder roll, and last fight, I didn't really see that monster of Canelo. I didn't see that he was missing a lot of shots. He was frustrated, and like I said, a lot of people are gonna hate on me. They're gonna say that I'm crazy, but I think Caleb Plant did a pretty good job, and like I said, he did have troubles, so we can kind of see that already, that tear and wear.
And that's saying a lot, given your history with Caleb.
That's me,
you know?
I know. Everybody knows I don't like Caleb. I don't like him, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like Caleb. I'm not on Caleb's side, but he did a good job. I looked more of his talent and what he did, I admit it. He had a good fight. He did very well. I was surprised the way he fought. To be honest, he gave us a great fight. But like I said, I don't like that guy, but he did a great job.
What is David better at than Canelo? Does he have faster hands, bigger guy?
You know what I think, David's super young, very motivated, very hungry. He's a young lion, man. And at the end of the day, Canelo has everything, David doesn't. So that makes a fighter very dangerous, And I'll tell you right now, if Canelo could have fought David when he had the WBC belt, we wanted to fight him for that belt. He didn't have a belt. So we wanted to fight. He didn't want to fight him. And we've been asking for that fight. He doesn't want to fight him. But and at the end of the day, I'm happy because he respects David. And he knows that David's a tough fight. So that, to me, tells me everything, that he doesn't want to fight David. I mean, if David's so easy and he's so young and he's very hittable, why not shut everybody's mouth and beat him?
Well, I'll say this for you. He didn't say the word undisputed until David Benavidez lost his title on the scale.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. And, and at the end of the day, I think David, he should thank us and give us a fight, because if David wouldn't have lost that belt, he wouldn't be where he's at. David left that belt, and he took advantage of the opportunity. If David didn't lose that belt, he didn't even know where to be, at 160, 168, or 170. He had no clue. But David lead him to do what he did right now. In my respects, he's the best, and like I said, he took advantage of it, not his fault, and he's the king of 168. Let's fight the king.
And just lastly on David, man, with the inexperience, if he fights Canelo, he's fighting a guy with 3 times as many fights, and the weight, is it better off at 75 these days, David? And does that experience matter? Would it help to get Charlo first or someone like that?
Of course, the experience matters a lot, because Canelo, at the end of the day, he does have a lot of experience. He fought a lot of good fighters. Like I said, my respect. But, when it's time for everything, you're going to get beat one day, man. You can't be a champion, you can't be a champion forever. One of these days, a younger lion is going to come and is going to take over, like he did. So I feel that now it's time for David Benavidez.
Thank you, Jose. Hey, congrats today, man. And can I just get your Crawford Porter pick before you get out of here?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's another exciting fight that we want to see. We need to see more of these fights. Porter's a great fighter. There's Crawford. It's a fucking amazing fighter. He has good legs. He can bang. He can box. He can do counter. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. I don't hate him. I like his style. I think he has a lot of good tools to beat Sean Porter. In my opinion, I think he's gonna maybe even stop him. But at the end of the day, Sean Porter throws a lot of punches. He comes to fight, and it's gonna be an exciting fight. But I just have to pick Terrence Crawford. Like I said, he's a champion for a reason too. He's very smart, super hungry too, and I think it's gonna be a great fight.
Thanks, Jose. Hopefully I can ask your son too, just right before I leave, and then I'll leave you Benavidez as the hell alone. You can enjoy your win, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Hey, David, could I just get your Crawford Porter pick before you get on out of here, brother? Yeah. All right, man. David, man, how do you see the big fight this Saturday now that your fight's over, Crawford Porter?
Now I could relax and actually think about other fights. It's good. I think Crawford's going to get him, bro. I think it's not going to be an easy fight because Porter is a tough, rugged fighter, but I think Crawford, he uses good, the ring really good, his IQ is really good, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I think you can't count Porter out, because every time you count him out, he does even better what they expect. Like you see with Keith Thurman, Earl Spence, Ugas, you know what I mean? So it's definitely going to be a good fight, but I got Crawford.
Yeah, obviously you were there in Omaha when your brother gave him his toughest fight of his career. What's Sean got to do if he can pull it off?
He just got to be himself, but just times 10. You know what I mean? He can't let Crawford box at all. He has to back him into the rings, and he has to do that. And he, like I said, there's a good chance he wins, because you see, what's the guy's name? The Russian guy that
Mean Machine.
Mean
Kaviaska.
Machine. You see, he was kind of using that, and he kind of rocked Crawford in the first round. But you know, I mean, it's gonna be a good fight, bro. Both those fighters are solidified fighters, great world champions. It's gonna be a banger.
Anything you remember that was like underrated about Sean when you sparred him, or?
The sparring was different, you know, because I mean, yeah, that's what I knew about him. His pressure was crazy, but like, I'm way bigger fighter, you know what I mean? So how he would hurt somebody else, it wouldn't really hurt me because obviously I fucking outweighed him for like 50 pounds.
Right.
But he does have really good pressure. That's what I'm saying. His pressure could really help him.
And lastly, just on that fight, man, Crawford's a great counter puncher. What do you do to succeed against a counter punch? What do you do to find success against that kind of stuff?
A lot of pressure and a lot of body shots, and I think it's a lot of catch and shoot. Sometimes you throw stuff to make them throw something, and to make them counter, and you counter the counter. But it's harder than it sounds, bro. So that you really have to be on point with everything. But I think the pressure and the body shots.
Hey, brother, you were fun to watch tonight. You're one of the funnest guys to watch. You and Canelo, Morales Barrera at 168.
I think that's what is gonna happen, bro. I think that's what it's looking down to. I mean, it makes me happy too. A lot of people doubt me, but you know, I know you see it, bro. When I'm in the ring with these fighters. How do they look after they lose their will and they lose their spirit as the fight goes on? And I can keep that pressure on all night. You know what I mean? And I'm not just a fucking reckless fighter going in there and get hit. You know, people think I get hit, but I really don't get hit like that. I'm blocking all the shots, you know what I mean? And I land at a super crazy fucking percentage rate. I think tonight, I heard him say I was like at 60%.
Well, they said
my last fight was at 50, and the one before that was at 52. So I mean, it's pretty crazy. I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? So I know this fight's gonna be good with me and Canelo. So hopefully this happens.
Yeah, you putting up fight night round 3 connect percentage numbers.
Yeah.
No, the respect from him was apparent in the first round.
He was moving a lot, but I feel like because he didn't have condition too, he couldn't keep it up. But respect for him too, Kyrone Davis, him and his team, they're outstanding guys, and I respect anybody who's in the ring like that, you know what I mean? Because I know how hard it is too.
I only do this because you let me, but you were catching everything tonight on the gloves.
Yeah.
But you got great reflexes, man. Where was that? You know, you didn't need it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there were some shots that he fucking throwing and I would pull him back. Did? But I gotta definitely work on that more. I definitely gotta work. I'm not gonna say I do everything good. I definitely gotta work on that more. A lot of stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, I feel like the next fight you guys see me, I'm gonna be a completely different fighter. I'm gonna be a better defensive fighter. I'm still gonna be a good offensive fighter, but I want this. I wanna change myself and make myself better. You know.
All around.
Yeah, exactly.
When do you think you'll be back in the ring, David?
Hopefully by March or May. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they got planned and got stored for me. So we'll see what happens.
Fuck it. Maybe co-main of Canelo if he ain't gonna fight
I'm down. I'm down. We can fight Anthony Durrell again. You know what I mean? So I'm down.
Thanks, David. Congrats to you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Always
bro.
great to see
Appreciate
you, man.
You.
Yep.
Bro,
thanks, man.
You got a lot, trust me.
I'm the only person in town that does what so I don't really have competition. We used to have like the BB store and Guess inside that mall.
That's all hard. That shit hard as hell.
That's incredible.
I think we are all done, boxing fans. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it locked in on FightHype going forward. We'll be back for Crawford Porter next week in my hometown of Las Vegas. So hope you guys enjoyed everything tonight. Thank you so much.